All right. We've got an ult coming out from both Seraphine and Yunara, but it doesn't look like it's enough as these Soraka W's keep Where My Pop-Tarts so healthy. Vayne manages to take down Yunara, now looking for the Seraphine in the back, but will Sejuani be here in time to save? No, but the Condemn comes out, and now we're back to top lane where the skirmish has been continuing. And Durganoon and Blazing Bowman both fighting for their lives. Mundo pops the ult, and Durganoon goes down. Red team looking to siege as the Condemn goes on to Sejuani. Tiltree Clinton a bit out of position as Emo Loser now ready to put out the damage. Seraphine ult gets both Cho'Gath and Vayne, and they are both falling to the Yunara there. As Durganoon is forced to flash away from his own base as it looks like the pressure is mounting. The Baron minions are there and the siege continues, and they cannot keep Yunara away from these turrets. The first Nexus turret falls, and Kazik going back for the inhibitor almost as to add salt to the wound. As now the second Nexus turret falls, and that is the end of the game. A beautiful job.
That was a snowball effect game.
All right.
I'm holding my breath waiting.
That's one. But it's also one for nondescript, as let's take a look at the top lane also. This Dance Fest and Emo Fest. All right, I'm glad we caught a little bit of it.
There is honor. There is honor among Topaz.
Yes.
Just a reminder, if anybody is just tuning in, this is Topaz, which is high, master. Oh,
oof. All right, there we go. MTP getting the first blood onto Sion, but maybe Chime Gatherer Sion wanted it. Oh, and look at that. Darius does make it away. Don't worry, we didn't cut away too soon before the end. And then win the lane as here we see Sion beginning to proxy up here. But Quaib on Amumu is up here. Will he be able to punish Chime Gatherer enough?
Lock him down. And, yeah.
There we go. Oof. Taken out of his queue. But he does manage to collect a lot of this wave. It doesn't look like he's going to expend too much of his HP. As
there's a gank
bot
from
lane, Jules comes in for the gank, but the Thresh Lantern does manage to save nondescript as he's putting the traps so Jules cannot enter. River Otter and nondescript now forced into a getaway in the jungle, and it's now 4 people from the blue side collapsing. Victory comes down on nondescript, is stunned. The kill goes over to Boomer the Walrus, and then the second one on River Otter goes over to Jules.
And it's dead even. Look at the gold, right? Like.
And there we go, another gank onto Chime Gatherer leads to more gold for Quaib and MTP as they're stopping his onslaught of the minions. Top lane. Ooh, Travi with that ult flashes onto Victor and gets the kill onto Pest. It's the first blood within that lane. He was excited in chat to share that is who he would be playing. And he comes back to lane with a Darksteel and a Hextech Alternator. River Otter, a beautiful Q onto Boomer the Walrus, but it doesn't look like it's going in their favor as Boomer begins stacking his lethal tempo onto nondescript, acknowledging that there's Quaib coming in. Quaib hits the Q on Blue Badger. Travi manages to TP in, and Blue Badger will go down. The Thresh Q onto Ezreal. Boomer barriers, but is it enough? Quaib goes down by the turret, and it is a 1-for-1 in spite of the fact that Red sent 4 people down here. Yeah, and now we've got the ult from Sion. Unfortunately, Chime misses, and Jules misses their ult as MTP is ghosting and running away. MTP says, oh, maybe I will have to fight this. But as they E the Sion, MTP manages to walk back with their life. No forced flash. Chime Gatherer and Jules, unfortunately, did have to use their flash for that gank. Travi coming in with the ult. Pest falls immediately. 3 minutes. So potentially this is an angle for a fight. MTP able to get behind Chime Gatherer's turret. Oof. And that amount of damage will not take him down, but it does. I am wrong. Wow.
Yeah.
And Pest able to be here for the cleanup, a beautiful shutdown gold. And that's all of Sion's deaths onto Darius that have just been now funneled into pass. Here we have the TP coming down from Travi to get behind Boomer and Blue Badger. The flash from River Otter and the Q lands into Blue Badger, and Travi is going to secure that kill onto Karma. But looking for Boomer as he ults, the Caitlyn ult comes out, and Travi, hopefully... Oh, and Jules coming in with the ult on Fiddlesticks. Oh, wow, and it is back and forth. Travi falls, but not before Blue Badger and Boomer also fall. Chime Gatherer again falling to MTP, but potentially, oh, it's so close to equalizing on his part. Exactly where Pest is going, and he gets around River Otter hoping to save him. Blue Badger and River Otter now. Blue Badger in danger, forced to flash away from the cannon ults. Oh, beautiful hits from Boomer's Ezreal. Now Jules coming in with a repeat gank of the R, and River Otter falls to Jules as Quaib has been taking the dragon in the background. Has to flash E's to take Travi's last remaining Darkseal stacks.
Darius TP coming in. He comes in and does a dunk on Fresh, I think.
On Karma.
No, on Karma.
Oh. And there's the triple dunk, as Moens was describing. The amount of speed on TP and on Ghost is just too much to get away from.
To answer your question from earlier, Shaco.
Oh, there we go. Travi with the beautiful flash ult, and Quaib coming in with the ult in response. Then Blue Badger and Boomer are forced to run away, but do not get away with their lives. River Otter takes a quick victory there by securing all of the vision around. Chime Gatherer looking for an ult on Nondescript. The Lantern comes down and saves him as Boomer and Walrus is not able to connect. Jules looking for this cute little flank, manages to get it, and Caitlyn is stunned in fear. Travi returning with the ult, as in the bot lane we just saw Darius manages to kill Pest.
Alright, so now blue team's left with the choice. Do we continue with this fight, which looks like they've chosen?
Yeah, the Amumu ult comes down, and Travi is trying to pull out the damage as much as he can. He is the only source of damage left here, and he does manage to put so much that blue team is forced completely away from the Baron. Yeah, there we go. Nondescript taking down that last Nexus turret as the Mumu Quaib continues to go in. Darius ult comes out, and it comes out again, but it is not even fast enough before the team is aced, and red team has taken this game for themselves. GGWP, MTP, Quaib, Travi, Nondescript, and River Otter take the game to start. And we are now ready to watch our last game of League of Legends. Let's take a look at what we have here. Calamity looking very low, as Medaio and Gray are now fighting it out. DRK putting some great damage onto Medaio, but Gray now forced to run for his life as Medaio flashes. Gray flashes in return. DRK now left to get a headshot on Medaio, but you'll get the movement speed anyways. Right, Giraffe Circle landing a key E root onto Kayle and getting the first blood of the game.
For the hook.
All right. And with Warwick in back, Medaio is running straight into a pincer, and Gray is going to be able to put that Glacial Augment right underneath, and Space Dandy takes the kill onto Yunara. Gray lands a hook, but not before Fierce Steel flashes onto DRK. DRK barriers and flashes away, as now, let's go back to that. Fierce Steel is forced to run for his life as he's the last remaining member of his team as Seraphine fell. And Space Dandy, and Gray unable to claw Fierce Steel back into their lane. And Gray is forced to flash away as well as another skirmish.
Nivea teleports in. They all are fighting to try to kill that Warwick. Succeed. Yeah.
All right.
It might have been the Warwick just on top.
There we go. DRK gets hit by the Gaijin's hook. The ult comes out from both Seraphine and Nautilus. Gray goes down first as Viego takes the body of Nautilus. Does not land the hook, but DRK is forced running away as blue team secures zone control of the... Oh, Medaio flash and ult kills DRK. Yeah,
Nautilus teleporting bot. Grabs Caitlyn. Caitlyn is down for the count. Goes in on Blitzcrank, knocks him up. And that is
Ooh.
all she wrote.
And the unfortunate flash from Gray does not get him away from the Yunara, who has just transcended herself. Looks like it's going to be a battle over this Rift Herald as the numbers are 3 or 4. It's a 3. Gaijin's caught up by the Zyra plants, but Warwick steals the Rift Herald, and Viego is not able to connect onto these champions. Giraffe-Sickle running for her life. Calamity Shades gets the kill. You can see Gray and DRK looking down here for the last fight that they want to take. Gray starts with the E knockup onto DSauce. Medeo going straight for DRK, and Gray going straight for DSauce. The charm comes out onto DRK, but oh! That was a very fast Space Dandy ult coming out. Medeo now just left with Space Dandy after taking down Gray. But Fierce Steel is here for the assist, and Space Dandy will fall. Steel is there to stop Warwick's ult from getting him to safety.
It's a sacrificial lamb.
And Medeo, ooh, makes it out, but Bad BH and DRK will take the brunt of the damage in return.
Agnivia's out, Agnivia's dead.
Gaijins with these hooks is really putting so much work. Obviously, Fierce Steel is there with the counter ganks, but these hooks from this Nautilus mid are just really impressive. It does not stop their team from continuing to siege mid. Oh, Gaijins manages to land a hook onto DRK. Oop, and again. Oh, the ult onto DRK through Bad HBH as Space Dandy is now forced on the inside of the fight. Gaijin's now running for his life up through the side lane as Medeo is trying to push them back from the mid. Fierce Steel gets behind DRK, and in the middle of it, Space Dandy ends up falling to DSauce, Yunara, and Gray's Blitzcrank hooks.
Turret.
Yeah, but the Kale ult does stop Gaijins from taking too much damage as this last turret shot, ooh, looked like it was about to destroy him, but the turret fell in time. It looks like with the Elder Drake, they're looking to siege the last bit, and with these two super minions, they will immediately take down that Nexus turret. And Gaijin's looking for something here. The second Nexus turret goes down. The egg comes out from Anivia. Warwick is defeated by the Elder Drake. Blitzcrank is defeated. Anivia is defeated again. And there we go. It's almost an ace. Only DRK is left and cannot defend. And the game goes to Fierce Steel, Gaijins, Medeo, DSauce, and Calamity Shades. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Week 3 of the CMSA League of Legends Season 2. League of Legends season. I know I'm saying League of Legends a lot, but there's a lot of League in this league, and we are happy to bring it to you tonight. I am joined by Moens.
It's me. We're here.
You didn't hear Moens, but someone played a fart noise right when I said, "I'm here with Moens."
Well, you know, and I lifted my hand up. It's the kind of thing that we specialize in here.
Awesome. That was really funny.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off by interviewing Tiltry. I'm gonna pull him in right now.
Oh yeah, fantastic. So here, what I'll do is I will update. So
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it working?
Hello.
Let's see.
Oh my
I'm about to add you in. So we're gonna see an
if the
update.
video's working.
Uh-oh.
Perfect.
No video from your end.
Oh, I can do. No. Did you want me to do the video? I can
Yeah.
do that. Let me grab it.
Yeah, if you said
I didn't know if
you said you're
Yeah.
looking cute. The world wants
No,
to know.
Well, I
We'll
just was
s-
making sure.
We'll soon be joined by Tilter. But
I'm
before-
coming.
all
Here I
right.
come.
There we go.
And welcome everyone. For those of you who don't know who we are, this is CMSA, the Chicago Metropolitan Sports Association. And this is the esports division. Hello, Tilter. You are just tilted. You're tilteried the other way.
Yeah, you're sideways. You gotta.
There you go. There you go. Is that awkward?
There-
Oh.
There we go. There we go. Oh, ha!
And we don't have sound.
Well-
Tilter, are you outside?
Well, we don't have sound anymore.
Are
I
you
think
playing
yours
League
are-
of
Can you-
Legends? Oh,
Yeah,
there you
we
go.
can hear you now.
I play on my iPhone. If you don't remember, I play on my iPhone. It's
Oh, that's-
taking over my phone, the camera.
I
see.
see what's happening. So
So there's
whenever
no
you do-
audio.
whenever he's in Discord, he doesn't have video, and whenever he's in audio, so okay, we'll just talk
Okay.
like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
so-
get rid of your video feed so that it's just us now
Oh,
on
that's
this.
wonderful. Just the girls.
Yeah.
That's right. Just the girls.
Well,
So we're here
welcome.
for-
I'm definitely at home. Go ahead. What were you
Yeah,
saying?
Definitely not late. Definitely not
No,
late.
definitely
This
not.
is why. This is why your game's not starting.
Yeah, it's because of this. Your fault. Why'd you do this to me?
So, Tiltery, you are
Yeah.
joining us on this currently blank screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up, for the first 2 weeks of CMSA, we have the most picked and the most banned champions for each league.
Ooh.
And let's start with Ruby, because that's where, I mean, we didn't get a chance to introduce you, but you are an ADC player in the Ruby League, right?
I am.
ADC and support?
That's me. Yeah.
Great.
I usually do ADC because there's a lot of supports. We all love our Lux and Seraphine and the girlies.
I do love the girlies.
Yes.
Yep.
And so I'm going to bring this up and I will let you know. And you tell me if you are shooketh or if this tracks with what you're seeing. First.
Okay. And then I need to see you, I think. Is that correct?
You can watch either on the stream on CMSA Esports, or you can listen in as I tell you the most picked champion in Ruby.
Oh, I see it. I see.
is-
Oh my god, it's you guys. Oh my god. Hi.
Yes, hello, and you're on the stream.
Oh, that's perfect.
Is Misfortune. Are you gagged?
Yep. That is no, there's like I think 3 Misfortune players.
That
And
would make
actually it's to the
sense.
point. Yeah, it was to the point where it was like you have to ban or pick Misfortune until someone's going to sneak it. However, I've seen really effective strategies where they let Misfortune through and someone just picks a Nautilus and chases you around. It's
Yeah,
really obnoxious. It's like, oh my god, go away.
yeah, that does make sense. And how about this next one? The most banned champion in Ruby is Lux. 13 bans.
That is who I ban in rank solo duo. The reason is so many people learn to play with Lux that it's just such a safe pick. And when you get rid of it, it like is usually a 2-person ban, and it's like just not a comfort. Like you drop a comfort pick from 2 people, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
From 2 different lanes.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
mid and support. Get her out. Get her out.
That makes
like
perfect
Syndra.
sense.
You take Syndra support, but people don't really do it. So
Yeah, certainly. So,
Diana, gone.
oh yes, I had heard a lot about Diana in my
There's-
chats with some people in the league thus far. I don't know who the
As an-
Diana crazies are, but they're out
I
in
know
full force.
Mithra's a Diana. Mithra's a Diana. There's a
Yeah,
few
they're-
others.
I mean,
And
one's
as an
enough, right?
Oh my god, I want 0. Like like one time. So yesterday I got invited to a game, and it was all the champions I don't want to play against. It was like Wukong, Diana, and I think it was like Neferi or Zed. I was like, let me just pick a mage. I'm not doing this.
Oh my gosh, you like getting assassinated by all those
Yeah.
champions?
I'm not playing AD carry gray screen.
yeah, gray screen simulator.
Right.
Well-
like what? Yeah.
I was gonna say, here's from some of the other leagues. I know you've played in Pearl before, although you're now in Ruby. But
Yeah.
Pearl, the most picked champions are Ashe and Zyra. While the bans, there are so many bans that are tied for 6 bans. It's Leona, Lissandra, and Yorick.
So the Zyra, I know so many. There's a lot of Zyra. Like I know Lad does a really disgusting Zyra. He did that. There's one play I remember that he did, and he just like ulted the entire team over the wall from Fog of War. It killed me. It killed like one other person, and he was the support. It's like okay, whatever.
That tracks. That tracks.
I would-
Zyra is very scary.
And you couldn't even
Lysandra.
see her. Yeah.
And then Lysandra is just Psy Hero. Everyone knows that.
we found him, the culprit.
Absolutely. And then here last on this chart is Topaz. I mean, I've seen the Scion in almost every game. And you know what I've also seen is everyone is afraid of Dr. Mundo.
Yes.
Mundo goes
Mundo
where
goes
he
where-
pleases is what Mike is probably itching to say.
I was gonna
And-
say it. Mundo goes where he pleases.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
voice.
that is.
It's my Yoda. It's my Yoda voice.
Ooh,
Oh,
say
yeah,
it like
I see
Do it
that.
like Yoda. Do it like Yoda. Do the arrangement.
Hang on, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, there's too much energy here. I can't. I need
Yeah.
to do it when I'm not thinking about it.
You
I
gotta
need,
be in the mood.
I need to not think about it for a second.
All
I
right.
think Mundo does really well. Like since they've added like the grubs, there's this side strategy you can play of like just kind of ignoring the fights and just pushing. And Mundo's so hard to deal with that like he doesn't die and then just comes right back in 3 seconds. It's like that meme from The Simpsons where Mo keeps kicking out the same guy.
Yeah,
Like,
from
get
the
out
bar.
of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like even if they're 0-13, they're still running down your towers.
Yeah,
And-
it's
and
true.
We've got from Bormelian in the chat. He is proposing a no more Mundo bans. He's anti-Mundo ban.
I mean, maybe it's because Vermilion's playing the champions who can actually deal with the marksman in the jungle who can build Mortal Reminder, who can deal with Mundo. But all the mage players, they are banning Mundo. They do not
And
want
as
to
an
see
AD
him.
For the Teemo jungle.
As an AD carry, also, if I'm not playing like Ashe or Vayne, I'm like, ugh, like a Jhin or something. Like it's just so hard to deal with Mundo. He just
Yeah.
runs you down,
There's
and there's
no
nothing
getting
you can
away.
do about it. There's some and that's the hard part with AD carry is sometimes there's champions where the matchup there just is not really apart from positioning. There's not much counterplay once they gotcha, you're done.
Yeah,
Right.
completely.
Like this is your life now. What's left of it?
Yeah,
It's fine.
just running from Mundo for like 5 minutes as he's like whack, whack, whack.
All right.
And same with Ari. Sylvester Slidey Cat. He did an Ari play one time. Like the amount I don't see everyone do this with Ari, but I'm assuming at high levels it happens a lot. Her assassination abilities over walls with her ultimate and stuff.
Oh yeah.
From Fog of War. A lot of people don't do that with Ari, but if you play her like that, it's just like out of nowhere someone's dead and there's no counterplay. If you
Yeah.
play her right, because she has to actually be a little strategic about it because of her dashes.
Yeah, I mean, she's like an assassin completely. I agree with that classification. The mage assassins are very fun to watch for that exact reason.
Yes, yeah, he plays her like LeBlanc, pretty much. It's
Oh,
like I didn't
yeah.
realize Ari could be LeBlanc, but you know what? She kind of is.
Yeah. So let me bring up this next.
She's in, she's out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up this next graphic. And so these are the highest participation, both picks and bans, and then their win rates. So here we've got in Ruby, the most wanted champion on picks and bans is Lux.
Oh my God.
76% of games. And she's the only really positive win rate out of the most wanted champions.
And this is why she's banned.
And that's
This is
why she
you
gets
get
banned.
her out.
Yeah.
Get her out of here.
And
Sorry,
yeah,
Lux, we don't want you no more.
right.
Mm-mm.
So then we've got in Topaz, Dr. Mundo. 83% of games he's either picked or banned. And we know that was 8 games of bans from the last one. But only a 50%
It sounds like
win rate.
it sounds like in Topaz there's some menace with Mundo that is just ruining people's lives.
Yeah, and all the tank top players, because we do have a lot of tank top players. Yes.
Sorry, I had to do it without thinking because if I
There you
laugh,
go.
then there's this whole snorting thing that goes.
Mu- Mundo, please where he drove. Is that how Yoda would
Yeah,
say it?
okay.
I don't
Yeah, that
know.
Yeah,
Is
that how
it?
you would say it. Yeah.
I just mixed them up. I just used my what is it? Where dyslexia. I just used my dyslexia and just shuffled them.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And then and Poggle coming in with, we just banned Mundo in our first game. Well, there you go. It's already
Yeah.
happening. And so before we get into this first game of Pearl, where we'll be watching Psy Hero's first game, let's talk about Pearl. The most wanted champion is Caitlyn. 75% of games she's either picked or banned, and she's only winning 1 in 5 games.
I'm betting. I don't know how many. Like, I'm wondering if there's like Caitlyn being the safe pick, and they get rid of it so that you can pick an AD carry you can bully with an assassin easier. Because Caitlyn and Smolder are my go-tos to like just stay alive when there's like Diana, Wukong, and everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can E away. But there's a lot of AD carries don't have that ability, like Twitch or Kog'Maw or something. So I wonder if they don't ban Caitlyn so they can feed off the AD carry.
Yeah, that's very possible. So, Mike, who would you say is likely to show up next week? Who do you think should be on this most wanted list? And Tiltery, you as well. Who do you think is going to end up here next when people realize Caitlyn's not worth banning, only 20% pick rate, and Mundo is getting knocked aside?
It's probably going to be like Mel or something.
Yeah.
Mel or it can't be Lux. I mean, I guess it could be Lux. Mel or Lux or something like that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
I think that maybe there'll be like just more targeting, like if there's a certain person that's doing really well, that might happen more, and then it might mix it up who's even getting banned, because like probably like this Mundo thing in Topaz, they recognized that Mundo was like winning all these games by splitting off, probably, I'm assuming. But
He's
like
only got a 50% win rate in Topaz, so I don't know why they're banning
That's-
him. Probably just because
that's not too bad. I mean, like technically that's not too bad for
Right.
like a top laner. Like that is pretty
True.
solid. So if you get the strategy of like Mundo, you know, just ending the game separately. So maybe there's like a strategy someone's kind of getting away with in Pearl a lot that people haven't caught on to.
Yeah, and we're going to find out what strategy that is, hopefully tonight in our first game. And so, I know we're keeping you away from your game in Ruby, Tiltery.
Why
so,
did you do this to me?
What?
You're the reason. We're the reason you're late. I'm sorry.
You're the only reason. I've been inside the whole time.
Uh-huh. All right, so we will let you go. Thank you so much for coming on the stream to talk about the most wanted champions on the Rift. And good
Thanks
luck
for
in your
having me.
games.
Woo, yeah, good luck watching them. Well, we won't see my being the other ones.
All
All right,
right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so, Mike, are you ready for this upcoming game?
Not only am I ready, I'm here for it. And
Yeah,
I've got a
so-
cat on my lap.
I mean, we saw so many. I don't know if anyone in chat was seeing the highlights from last week, but we saw so many awesome hook champions. Such great engage. It's like odd to me that we are moving into the engage era of our life. It's no more Enchantress.
Whether you like it or not, it's full action. We're starting this fight whether you like it or not. Thresh and Nautilus, here I come.
Fantastic. And it looks like we are getting into draft. So I'm going to bring that up right now. And here we go. We are in the first ban phase. We are watching Pearl. Okay. Oh, immediately with the Lissandra ban. Add it to the list.
That means Psy Hero somewhere in this team.
Yeah. And Psy Hero, he's who we're following. We know he's on the red side.
That's right. He's on the red side. And we got DRK. What else we got here? Okay. All right. This is gonna be.
I was gonna say that Nautilus ban targeted towards Gasians already. We just know we're hitting the popular champions who people are known for.
Did you happen to see where Gasians was going? I'm assuming jungle.
I mean, I have no idea. He was mid last week playing Nautilus, but it doesn't matter, I suppose, where you're going. It's about if you get the champion you can pick. If you can play Nautilus in the mid lane, you might be able to play him ADC even. That might be the only role where he's struggling, I'll be honest. But
yeah, range might do something to him, but you never know.
Hey, Anivia didn't do what maybe she was planning on doing to him.
So we got Akshan, Pantheon, Nautilus banned, also Viego, Kane, and Lissandra from blue side. So
yeah, we see a double jungle ban from the blue side, so maybe hoping that they can force the jungler on the red side onto a comfort pick. And here we got Misfortune, first pick for DRK. That's, DRK's feeling good on Misfortune. I talked to him earlier today, actually.
Misfortune feels comfortable now that Nautilus is gone, right?
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of other grabby poly champs out there that could ruin her day.
Yeah, and we're immediately seeing the response with Kog'Maw, and then potentially Lulu or an Enchantress. That's who Kog'Maw really likes to run around with. So we'll see who ends up being with him. Milio, perhaps? Oh, and there's Karma.
Melia would be a good choice. Karma. Yep, there we go. Karma. Okay, so we got some poke, we got some shield, got some heal.
Yeah. I
A
mean,
little bit of stun.
it might be a strong side bot game for the red side already, because that is the type of combo that requires the babysitting. I mean, you think Smolder is the kindergarten lane, Kog'Maw is the original protect the cog.
Right, and Karma can speed people up. She can shield them. There's a lot she can do, right? But against a Miss Fortune who's already really fast, this is gonna be interesting. Then we got Mordekaiser and Rakan on blue side.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Mordekaiser top, I'm assuming. Rakan, that'll be an interesting. It'll be an engage versus a poke lane, so it'll be that game of, you know, who will you poke me out or can I engage, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so we've got Rakan is going to be Medeo, I believe. We saw Medeo's Yunara last week, and so I always operate under the assumption people are playing their mains. But I got some inside info for you, Mike. Medeo, desperate to play support, and we're going to see how cool their support play is. After that Yunara game, if it only goes up from there, it's going to be a real banger.
So that Skarner pick, I feel like we were making Skarner jokes last week, weren't we?
We might have. Skarner, but not in the role he's supposed to be. We'll see if this is still jungle Skarner as it should be.
And then the comment in the chat there is from a friend of mine. We used to, at the beginning of every game, as long as there wasn't a Twitch in the game, we'd start every game by saying, "Report our Twitch," because we thought it was funny. But that doesn't really translate well to this particular stream, is what he's saying.
No. Don't report us. Actually, share us. You're in Discords. Drop the link.
Drop the link to your friends. Tell a friend. Also, if you're just joining for the first time, this is a LGBTQ league. Anyone is welcome. We play every week. There's a lot more games than just League that we play, but this is our League night. League night on League.
Yeah, Tuesday nights. Catch us through May. What is it? May 19th or the 26th. I'm pretty sure it's the 26th, actually. So, and then after that, Mike, we're not done. We're going to be casting the Invitationals, which I believe at this point, you know, week 3, these players might start getting concerned. Am I performing? Am I going to be voted into the all-star team at the end of the season?
Right, and then it'll be an all-out, all-out war to see who gets there.
Yeah.
Nocturne's picked. Interesting. Okay, so that's a Varus pick as well. So, or Nocturne wasn't picked. I'm sorry, Shen.
Still
Varus.
global.
Okay, so
global something going on there.
Yeah. Varus. So that could be a Varus ADC, but I'm assuming it's like Varus mid or top or something.
Yeah.
Probably gonna go AP.
Varus top. I'll tell you, Varus top going Bruiser is actually something that has tormented high elo in the past. Where, I don't know if you know this, but when they changed Varus, his W starts to do percentage max health damage. And so, with the top laners who just are building health, their health damage tanks, Varus is uniquely situated to constantly be slowing and poking out the top laners who are supposed to be resistant to that.
And we've got a Shen, right? So I'm assuming that's a Shen jungle.
Could very well be. Could be Mordekaiser jungle. So we are...
And a Mordekaiser, yeah, or a Mordekaiser top, but that could very well be flipped.
Yes. And we do have Victor against Zyra in the mid lane. That's what it looks like to me. Unless it's Varus mid. You could very well be right. I know we saw the Zyra...
Actually, I didn't put two and two together. Psy Hero, that's Zyra mid.
I see. Okay. So we've got Zyra mid.
Zyra is his backup when Lissandra, his Ice Queen, gets banned.
I see. Well, that makes sense to me, for sure. And so I would love to see a jungler in these games who breaks the rules. I know we got rid of Kayn. Kayn is one of those champions to me. Skarner almost fits the bill there. where
He goes through walls.
we're going through walls.
He breaks the rules of physics.
Yeah, let's do it. I think what really tests the boundaries of the players in this league is going to be when we have the champions who you can't ward the place you've always warded in order to see where they're coming from. If if you're a good support, if you're a good ADC, if you're a good mid laner, you will have eyes moving to where these champions are ganking from. And I'm excited to see where Skarner's going to be either controlling or just running around the map mindlessly.
And on top of that, right, like if you're Skarner, right, you got to change it up because it's only going to work once. And,
That's true.
You know, you got just because you ganked, you know, last time and it worked from that place, it doesn't mean it's going to work the next time.
Exactly. I'd be in total agreement with that. So, let me ask you, Mike.
Yeah.
Who should we be watching in Pearl that we've seen maybe for the last few weeks? I give you a second to think about it because we've seen some impressive play these past few weeks.
From this game specifically?
Yeah, whether this game or just in general. Who's and maybe I'm thinking too much about the invitationals already, but who's catching your eye? Who's the type of player you think belongs like a natural spot
in the invitational? Well, a natural spot, I think. I mean, just off the top of my list, or just off the top of my head, because we were just talking about him, is probably Psyhero. Psyhero never gets to play as Lissandra, and there's a reason for that. Right?
Yeah.
He's got 3.5 million mastery points, and it's just a menace. I've played against it. It's very, very annoying, and not necessarily a fan of that. As speaking as the enemy, but I'm always happy of it. I've duoed with him, and I'm always happy to have him on my team.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, that's a great prediction. I mean, we'll have to see if it is. I think this is the first game I will have seen of Psyhero. But you know, the question always with One Tricks is, can it translate?
Right, exactly. And his backups are Mel, Zyra, Lux, you know, just people like that. And I really think we'll see it. We also have DRK, right? DRK, like you said, really good misfortune. Really feeling it. There's just a ton of good things that could be happening. I have a weird random question for you while we're waiting. If Teemo, if it was real life and Teemo were going to get arrested, what would he finally get arrested for? What crime?
Loitering.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. He's going to be sitting in that one spot that says no loitering and chuckling to himself. And you know what? I'm going to catch him. It's going to be me. I will join a vigilante force in order to find him if I must.
He's the most hated and most loved champ all at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so pretty soon we will be getting into this game, although it doesn't look like my League of Legends wants to open up this game. I don't know if you can see that, Mike, but we might have the tiniest of delays. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's loading. Fantastic. I got scared there for a second.
And now we're learning who they are. It is Skarner jungle. It is Shen jungle, which makes Mordekaiser top, Victor mid, Misfortune ADC, and Rakan support for the red team. And then we have Varus, Skarner, Zyra, Kog'Maw, and Karma for the blue team.
Yeah, and so let me just get this all set up, and then we will be on our way. Okay. We are ready to watch the first game of League of Legends. Welcome, everyone, as finally we are here. Pearl League, week 3.
Welcome to you. Welcome to you, ones who are watching our game.
Yes. And so I am super excited for this. I mean, let's see. Psy Hero is your bet. I'm thinking Gasians. This is gonna be some role diversity for Gasians being in the jungle now.
Yeah, Gasians is a pretty good jungle too, right? Also, Medeo is a pretty aggressive support. So now that I'm looking at this list again, I have other choices.
Oh, okay. We might be able to talk about them afterwards. Maybe then we'll be a little more. I mean, even I'm asking you as the Pearl expert, but asking you for who is the person to watch. I mean, but maybe after this we'll have our minds changed.
We've got some dancing going on here bot lane, right? Kog'Maw tried to not respect and nothing really came of it. Top lane, we've got Mordekaiser hiding in a bush there. It looks like he's just, you know, he's out.
Haha. Yeah, I definitely love these early moments in the game. Ooh, really nice. Medeo, aggressive supporting. Love to see that.
You
This
don't see
is
a lot of Rakans anymore.
It's true. And they need to be aggressive. Otherwise, where are you going with what you're doing?
What are you doing with your life, Rakan?
Your kit entirely relies upon you being there. Oop, we've got the level 2 DRK and Medeo able to do something there. Space Dandy forcing Shrimp Wheels away from his wave. That's great to see.
He took almost half his health there, right? Like, or a little over half his health. That's a really good trade for Mordekaiser.
Yeah, and forced to use his pot already, so Varus is in the position of understanding why ranged top laners are not as popular as you might think. Oh wow, Medeo going in with a W for Calamity Shades underneath their turret.
Yeah, and that bot lane is getting super aggressive, and they, kind of paying for it health-wise.
Yeah,
their potions.
I was gonna say I love to see the early game because it sets a great precedent for what the rest of the game is gonna be like. All right, zooming in here, we've got Gasians with the first gank onto Psy Hero. Psy Hero forced a flash, but Psy Hero falls to Gasians. That Q from Shen and the slow is enough to take the first blood. Wow. I mean, it really does set the stage.
It does, right? Like, not only does it give up first blood, but it really sets the mood for blue or for red team now. Right? There's an invade going on.
Oh, let's see. Gasians going in on Fierce Steel. Let's go back to that. And here's Fierce Steel pushing Gasians out of his jungle and securing what looks to be the first scuttle.
Gasians saying, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to have your jungle today.
Yeah. I mean, rather be safe rather than giving it up. So Fierce Steel here with the first
in for a
gank.
You go ahead.
No, here we go. And Medeo and DRK make it out. No flashes necessary. But that does secure a little bit of pressure for Calamity Shades and Mars.
As red team has a bigger wave, just sitting there pushing up against their health, their low health.
Yeah, and here we have Psy Hero going in, it looks like. Let's take a look at the top lane here. Psy Hero makes it behind Space Dandy. But Space Dandy forced to flash away as he is ignited. And will he get away? Yes, he will. As Rakan Medeo is going in on Mars. And trades happening as DRK is forced to walk away from Calamity Shades. Calamity Shades looking very aggressive. But Gasians looks like he might be able to come in.
Rakan knocking up, getting the knockup. Misfortune.
There you go.
Secures the kill. Is that Misfortune?
Whew. Yeah, Calamity Shades forced to flash away from Gasians, securing that nice E, potentially a kill, so definitely great that Calamity flashed away.
Bringing it 2-0 in favor of blue. Like you said, setting the stage for the rest of the game. Red team is a little bit behind, but it's still savable. As Shen gets a little saucy and looks like he's getting scuttled down there.
Yeah, I mean, the dragon has spawned already, and we do have the air dragon. Ooh, here we got Victor, able to take Psy Hero down to half health. Psy Hero needing to potentially get the heck out of there. Oh, and living with just a tenth of his HP.
Narrowly escapes this plant woman.
Yeah, already, this is so much fighting for just 5 minutes into the game.
That's right, but not terribly high scoring. Just
Okay, wonderful trade from DRK and Medeo as they push Mars down to half HP.
looks like red is eyeing dragon. They've got it pinged.
Yeah, and Victor with such low mana, will he be able to contest, as it looks like bot is also looking to prepare here. But Fierce Steel setting something up here as Psyhero under vision, potentially looking for Victor here. And Fierce Steel goes in with the Skarner E and stuns Victor there. Psyhero looking to follow up as Victor is out of mana, potentially forced to flash here as Victor is now rooted. Oh, but the Calm Fingers.
Shen coming in and saying, "Not my mid laner."
No, not today, God of Death.
Good reference.
Yeah.
Kog'Maw coming in, just getting some poke there on the other two as Skarner starts to secure dragon. Shen just hanging out at Raptors. Not
Yeah.
sure if he's aware of what's going on.
I mean, it's extremely dangerous for red here, only because look at the level differences in the bot lane. As, oh,
Right.
here we have Drimpwield and Space Dandy potentially going at it. We've got levels. Each laner has a level above, and now DRK potentially in a great position to send out something, but Fierce Steel is coming in for the gank. Medeo now forced to shepherd DRK away, but it won't be enough as Mars lands the RQ on DRK, and Fierce Steel flashes in, and DRK falls to the Karma Q.
Rakan did a hell of a job there, just trying to stop everybody from going in, but unfortunately CC just was not sufficient for what needed to be done against all three.
And unfortunately, the barrier just didn't come out or was not enough to save DRK from the onslaught of abilities.
Skarner looks like he's eyeing Victor. Nope.
Oh, wow. That is the barrier coming out from Shrimp Wheels. It looked like Mordekaiser did no damage, but it was exactly the amount of the barrier. Shrimp Wheels now forced with no sums under his turret to potentially either back or lose this cannon wave that is coming towards him. He will choose to stay.
That is a brave, bold move, my friend. As he walks away with a sliver of health. Victor and Zyra going at it as Zyra just says, "You know what? I just want that last hit. Please stay away from me."
Yeah, oh, and here we have Psyhero with little mana, almost stunned as Flash comes out. Fierce Steel,
Skarner,
potentially here to clean up. As
Zyra walking towards, there's the flash. There's two of them turn around and
Wow.
bang up on the Scorpion.
And Medeo secures the kill onto Fierce Steel as just an unfortunate miss of that Skarner ult.
As Mordekaiser just wails away on that turret, securing a plate and walking around and saying, "You know what?" Walking away and saying, "You know what? I'm gonna spend my lunch money."
Yeah. Oh, DRK forced under turret. Karmic W locks him down. The Ignite is out, but Medeo is here to save the day, potentially. And the Kog'Maw barrier comes out. Medeo securing one summoner spell and no Ignite on Karma either. Okay, Calamity Shade's hitting these R's.
Yeah, so just to say that's one of the problems against facing a Kog'Maw, right? Like that R. As long as he's got mana, he can hit you from pretty much wherever he feels like.
Yeah. It's true, and looks like the red side is looking to set up this dragon for their Skarner, who will eventually be pathing down bots.
So look at this. The Varus, even though he's behind, is pushing that wave into the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser just saying, "You know what? Thanks, I'll take that farm."
Yeah, and here, let's take a look at the CS, little check-in. We do have Varus top. I mean, he's a top lane ranged champion, so you'd imagine he's gonna have a little bit of a lead that maybe Mordekaiser will be able to make up later in the game. Jungle's about even.
Right.
Mid lane, a little bit favored towards Victor, although Victor has had a few favorable ganks. And look at that bot lane difference. DRK is truly CSing a little bit out of his mind. Almost 9 CS per minute.
Right, and even then they're still on their kind of heels a little bit, right? Like DRK is DRK. Can I see bot lane? Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, DRK is farming well. I mean, I didn't see the kill went to Karma earlier.
Yes.
Getting some poke off.
All right, here we have Fierce Steel and Gasians, both junglers on either team. Shen and Skarner make their way towards this dragon, as Victor now has the prio in the mid lane, but it looks like we are going to get the fight potentially later, as Gasians looks to clear his bot side.
Skarner looks like he's making the same choice, even though his jungle is already... Is he going to go for it, or is he going to go for the gank?
Yeah, that scuttle in the river is just protecting Medeo and DRK like no one's business.
Medeo clearing the vision as doing his supportly duty.
Yes. Amazing to go so far out of lane, and oh, even the aggression to push Calamity away. I know he's not even wanting to go in, but he makes the bluff look so convincing. Oh, and there we have Fierce Steel potentially going in on DRK and Medeo. Fierce Steel lands the ult, and now they are in the clutches of Calamity Shade. But the Shen ult from Gasians comes out as DRK opens his ult, and there we have it. Fierce Steel taking all of that barrage of bullets, and Fierce Steel falls to DRK. Very nicely done.
Takes the jungler out. Do you think they're going to secure Dragon here? I don't think that they necessarily have the oomph at this particular juncture.
It's possible. Gasian's looking very healthy, while Medeo not, but able to heal himself a little bit off of this epic monster. Alright, that looks like it's an easy first Drake for the blue team, as Space Dandy now forcing Shrimp Reels away. Oh, and there we have it. Quest complete as Space Dandy 1v1s Shrimp Wheels.
Like that's going to be a plate at the very least, top side.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
more.
we've got Grubs on the blue team. We've got the first Drake on the blue team. And look at that. There's about 4,000 gold, a little bit more of difference between red and blue right now in favor of blue.
Yep, we're starting to see the scales tip towards blue side. But again, still savable.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's the game is the earlier the dragons are taken, the more volatile the game will become as the Elder Drake becomes an inevitability. Of course.
Zyra going in and taking a plate there, as the jungle on the red side decides to get the scuttle at Rift.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to be a party up here as Medeo makes his way up. I mean, let's see what they are looking for. I will put up the objective timers. And so, obviously, protecting that Rift Herald is going to spawn in 1 minute up on the top side. Medeo is here in advance to make sure it's taken. DRK fends for himself under the turret bot.
And look at the vision, right? Like both sides have pretty good vision. Red slightly more advanced than blue,
Yeah.
vision-wise.
All right. DRK just CSing by himself down there as Medeo makes his way back down. Psyhero able to push or be pushed out of lane. The Rakan ult comes out into DRK's Misfortune ult as Calamity Shades is down to 1/3 HP, and there it is. Medeo secures the kill onto Calamity Shades.
As Kog'Maw goes up and just blows up all over him.
Yeah.
Looks like something's happening top.
Okay, let's go back top. Space Dandy and Shrimp Wheels doing a little dance up in this bush, as Shrimp Wheels is now on the wrong side of the lane, and Shrimp Wheels running for his life now as he is not caught by the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser ult comes out and as they're in the Nether Realm, but here in the mid lane still also something else happening. Gasians comes in to protect Victor. Space Dandy makes that kill onto Shrimp Wheels, but Fierce Steel pulls all of these champions, Medeo and Victor, under tower and gets a double kill as Gaijin's forced to flash and E away to save his own life.
He took a tower hit too. He's got to be super low right now.
Yes, 100%. He is needing to get out of here, but it looks like he's going to go straight for that fruit and then potentially the Rift Herald.
That's a brave move.
Yeah, there is a timer on Fierce Steel as he fell in the process as well, so it might work out for him.
Yep, and if you look at the map, nobody's really there, but Zyra might know. Skarner certainly does, as he makes a beeline for Rift.
Yeah, with just little less than half HP, it looks like Gaijins and Space Dandy are going to be able to easily
Victor
secure
teleporting
this.
bot. Victor teleporting bot behind bot lane, coming in behind Calamity Shades and Mars, lands his laser as they wail on Kog'Maw, and then now turn onto Karma. Karma going behind,
Oh,
not able to get away.
yeah.
It's a good teleport.
Yeah.
Good teleport from Victor.
Wonderful double kill for the blue team. And here we have it. Looks like Gaijin's potentially setting something up, although Psyhero gets the better of him. So much happening all around this map, as now it is 13 deaths in just 16 minutes. All right, Fierce
Yeah,
Steel coming out onto Victor. Psyhero's here, but so is Medeo and Calamity Shades, as they are looking potentially ready to swap, and Calamity Shades secures the kill onto Victor.
Yeah, red team is starting to really feel the effects. But they're still going at it. Look at it. They're trying to get that turret. I think they're gonna push Rakan out, but
Yeah, both teams understanding that it's all up to how the skirmishes go, because both junglers are everywhere on this map. It's about who's here first. And Medeo, looking at Calamity Shades, launches the W at Calamity Shades, get knocked up, but Psyhero and Mars are here to pincer Medeo, launches the ult, but unfortunately it's not enough, as Shrimp Wheels is going to trade his life in the process as well, as the Mordekaiser ult comes out top.
red team secures a kill in order to be able to do the dragon. But it looks like Shen and Misfortune are standing on the other side, ready to either steal or fight.
And here we have it, down to 1400 HP, and Shen smites, makes it down to 34 HP, and secures the steal, as Fierce Steel is now looking for revenge. Calamity Shades launching as much damage as he can, but Shen manages to get back over that wall. And it looks like Red has squandered an opportunity, as Space Dandy has just been wailing on this top turret, managing to get the top tier 2 before anyone can respond.
Yeah. Varus come in to try to do something about it, but now he has to face that Mordekaiser, who is 3 levels above him.
I like the idea of levels being ages, though. I almost thought you said 3 years, as DRK is now being pushed under his turret. Uh-oh. Even though he's 2 years older than Kog'Maw, his lane opponent.
Well, think about it, yeah.
I think one of my favorite lines in any game, as like just for the nostalgia and iconicness of it, is the first trainer in the Pewter City gym in Pokemon Red says, "You're light years away from Brock," and that's what I think whenever I'm in lane with someone who is 2 levels down on me. You're light years away from me.
You can't touch this. MC him.
No, and here we have Psyhero coming down to the bot lane, potentially going to engage on Medeo, but Victor is close behind, as it's now a 3v3 in the bot lane. Victor gets the jump. With his ult, Psyhero falls to Victor, and Mars and Calamity Shade are left running. DRK flashes and gets the Q auto onto Karma. Calamity Shade's barrier comes out, but it does not save his ally, as it's a 2 for none. Victor with the really clean counter, the counter roam.
That was a really good turn of events, right?
Ooh, and here we have Gaijin's looking for Shrimp Wheels up top and finds him as he's backing. Now it's just a dancing game. Shrimp Wheels trying to dodge every which way. Launches the ult through the bread basket of Space Dandy. Space Dandy able to quickly take him down. That was a sneaky, sneaky play.
It was very sneaky.
Yeah.
Rakan going deep into the jungle, assuming trying to get some vision.
Yeah, and I see we've got Victor on the blue team pinging the Baron as he has his teleport up. No exact teleport on any live member of the red side to be there in response, so looks like Victor's going to be holding down the bot side as his team prepares for this objective.
How much time we got on? Where's the timer? Okay, so we got about, was that 24? What is, no, that's red. I don't know which icon is which.
So we've got the Baron, that's up, that's in the middle left, and then on the right side, the Hextech Drake will be coming up in just 2 minutes. All right, and understanding that this Drake is potentially what's stopping blue team from getting to the soul point, that's something that red team is not looking like they want to give up. They are going in a group to get this preemptive. Gaijins launches the E onto Psy Hero, and the Victor ult comes out as Medeo also ults in response. Mars separated from the group, and now it's looking like this is a dangerous fight for red, as Mars is gone before the dragon is even spawned.
They still have a minute to get there, right? But this Zyra, poor Zyra's, I think, is going to get overpowered as she's trying to defend the turret, but they flash and get her.
Gaijin's now in a tough position as Fierce Steel is here. Oh, the flash ult from Fierce Steel pulls Victor under the turret. He's taking too many turret shots. And then, let's see, if he leaves, DRK is going to be taking it instead. Fierce Steel stunned by the Victor E as he's now forced to run away. Gaijins goes back in as DRK kills Calamity Shades, and Fierce Steel falls as well. Shrimp Wheels also falling in the top lane as blue team is dominating this game.
This probably is going to be an inhib top lane, possibly an inhib bot lane. They're getting jiggy with it.
Yeah. There's nothing to stop this team as they have so much effective gold on their carries. All of the HP on Shen. All of the brutal bruiser items on Mordekaiser, and just so much damage coming out from DRK's Misfortune.
Well, they've opted to back off. I think that they might try to get a Baron and figure out what's going on, but I don't. Nope, they're going for Dragon. They're gonna get Soul Point.
Yeah, and here we have it. If they achieve this, then really the handshake becomes: do we give them Soul after this Drake? Or Baron. It's going to be a favorable position that anyone would want to be in if they're on the blue team. Right, zooming out here, let's take a big look at this, as this fight is going to span multiple angles. Fierce Steel coming in with the E as the dragon is at 3,000 HP. The Rakan ult charms Fierce Steel away for just a second, and blue team secures their third Drake soul point as Fierce Steel is now trying to ult them away, but Space Dandy gets the kill, as well as Mars falling. Psy Hero falls, and now no one on the blue team is dead, and yet red is looking like they are scattered to the wind.
Calamity Shades and Shrimp Wheels both running back, trying to just reset and save whatever they can of their base. But look how hard he hits.
Yeah, Gaijin's very aggressive going for these E's, reminiscent of those Nautilus plays from before.
That's right. He's like, hey, you got a turret? I don't care about that. I'm getting you.
Yeah, I mean, and with Shen passive, he's shielding himself enough, and he's got all of the HP he wants.
And like that fight bot lane, somebody else was taking turret hits. He just ulted him. Didn't matter.
Yeah, that was the Victor, who for some reason also is tanky enough to take those turret hits. I mean, here we have the Baron being started by Space Dandy, Gaijins, Medeo, and DRK, but and not too far off in the distance is Fierce Steel, who may not even know that this is happening. Down to 2k HP, and the Baron is secured for blue.
Even if they did know, there's not much red team can really do about it at that point. Right now, they just have to turtle up and hope somebody makes a mistake and they can catch them out and just get some gold back. There's
Yeah.
a 700 bounty gold on Mordekaiser and on Misfortune.
Yeah.
They might be able
Oh,
to get
here we
that.
have Victor being ulted by Varus and held down by Zyra, then held down by Karma, as that is an easy shutdown, and the gold goes on to Psy Hero.
And that is one of those mistakes they were hoping that they would make.
Yeah, pushed up just a little too far, not enough vision, as red team manages to just loop around him. Easy.
And that's a real problem when you start winning in this game. You have to remember that you are still mortal.
Yes. I mean, and it's true. Ooh, here we have Space Dandy looking for this 1v2 as he ults Calamity Shades. Kog'Maw now stuck in there with Mordekaiser as he falls, and now Space Dandy looking to potentially 1v3 here. He goes back onto Shrimp Wheels, puts out the W for that shield. Shrimp Wheels also falls as the Gasian's ult comes out to give the extra shield to Space Dandy. Fierce Steel on the other side, putting DRK and Medeo under their inhibitor turret mid. As, Medeo doesn't survive this last turret hit, but DRK is able to put some quick damage onto Fierce Steel. Fierce Steel gets a double, essentially, onto the bot lane of blue side, but it is not enough as their top inhibitor is just completely gone as Fierce Steel trying to salvage the mid.
They've been able to get with every push, Blue's been able to get just one thing, and they're just slowly whittling them away, right?
Yeah, and while the gap may be closing proportionally, it might not be enough time for Red to really stabilize this game, as they've got one inhibitor gone, one inhibitor just naked, no turret in front of it.
All the carries fighting for farm.
Yeah, that's the one thing that really separates bot lane, as look at DRK and Calamity Shades. It's looking like it's almost 100 gold. That's, if we think about it, like, every minion is worth between 20 and 50 gold. Maybe just on average, because there's cannon minions and there's turret plates throughout. That's looking like 4,000 something gold on average. DRK is
right.
very far ahead.
And we've got about a minute on Dragon Soul, right? So what happens here? What is red team able to do something about that? Is blue team going to get it without a fight?
I mean, those super minions coming in top is really distracting Calamity Shades, as I'm not sure he's the person to handle it up there, but he is the one tasked with it at the moment, as blue team's looking for a cheese potentially here. Medeo looking at Shrimp Wheels, but then caught by Fierce Steel as the ult comes out, and Shrimp Wheels flashing for his life. But with 26 seconds left, that's dangerous.
Blue team is really good at collapsing, right? And Kog'Maw's up there just trying to save the base from the minions coming in and crashing. There's nothing really that they can do about this.
And with 5 seconds left until the dragon spawns, it's looking like Soul is going to go over to blue side here. Medeo here just to make sure Psy Hero and Mars don't venture too close, but it's not enough time for Red to get there.
I don't think they're even gonna try. I think they're just gonna, yep.
Alright, and with that amount of ability haste, attack speed, and slow on damage, blue is looking like they're in a position to end the game pretty soon.
Shrimp feels caught out of place a little bit. Asian flashing in on Mars. Mars flashing away. Zyra ult to stop that engage. It was just a whole lot of movement there for...
Yeah, and there we have it. Fierce Steel now caught. Medeo launches the ult as Fierce Steel is forced to stay inside the Misfortune ult and falls to DRK. Medeo looking for another one as Shrimp Wheels is now caught up. Varus, Gasian's now potentially leading the charge in, or looks like they're going to take this last turret and open up all of the inhibitors to secure their win. I mean, it's not over yet, but it is looking very dark for Red Team, as the gold difference is now about 15,000, and there's only 4 members of the team to stop this onslaught with the Hextech Soul. As 2 super minions come in from each lane. Red Team doesn't have a wave to defend themselves.
Yeah. Red Team doesn't have their greatest wave clear either. I mean, they have wave clear, but it's not like, you know... It's not like they have an Aurelion Soul or a Malzahar or something, right?
True. I mean, we can see in the chat that hurt, guys. Skarner, not used to taking a lot of damage. Look at the build. Got the Kaenic Rookern, the Sunfire Aegis, the Thornmail, those armor boots, and still he melted underneath the pressure launched by DRK.
My hero going out just to check out his jungle and finding out it's not his jungle anymore.
No, there's no wards that he can see. I'll show you the vision very quickly here. No wards inside their jungle, and it is dark. The night is dark and full of terrors as out they appear, Medeo, DRK, and Space Dandy, ready to launch their final strike at Shrimp Wheels as Shrimp Wheels is going to fall. And then here we have Gaijins getting himself onto Calamity Shades, the ult from DRK getting Mars and Calamity Shades really far down as Victor gets the Shen ult, and it looks like it's over as only Fierce Steel is here to defend his space.
So he's doing his darndest.
And there we have it.
Skarner falls as well. And
With an
so goes
ace.
Red Team's next ace.
Yes, and it is over. GG, WP, Space Dandy, Gaijins, Victor, DRK, and Medeo take this win for themselves. All right, and now, what a game.
It was. And if you look at the damage here, it was all pretty. I mean, that Victor was really outputting damage. So was, I mean, everybody on red team, right? Like, I mean, everybody that you'd expect to do damage.
Yeah, completely. I don't think at the end there, the writing was on the wall. And honestly, a lot of it had to do with how top lane and bot lane were so set up for success.
Right. Yeah, the Shen or Gaijins was everywhere. I mean, and Skarner was also everywhere, but unfortunately he was just a little bit slower than Shen, and thus the lane suffered, right? I mean, it's probably that global ult.
Yeah, and there you have it. I'll tell you what. I want to talk to DRK.
Okay. I'm into it. Let's talk to DRK. Let me find him.
All right, he's just joined League Lobby 1, so I will be bringing him in.
Oh, sure.
Hello and welcome to DRK, the winning misfortune from the blue team that game.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, congratulations, DRK.
Thank you. That was a really good win. It's nice to finally get to play Misfortune in after being consistently banned. So
Yeah, I know. We were talking earlier today, just in the background, with this on the forefront of our minds, knowing Misfortune was a really high target throughout multiple of the leagues. And how do you feel coming out of that game?
I feel really good. I'm really happy with how my team did. We were all shot calling really well from mid, support, and jungle, and then even top lane too. So yeah, I'm feeling really good after that game. Looking forward to game 2. So
yeah, you guys were really good at collapsing whenever red team was out of place. Everybody was just swarming around them.
Yeah, we had everyone was on top of keeping track of where the jungler was and when people were roaming in rivers. So yeah, we were really on top of that. So
yeah, DRK. So if you were to give a shout out to a player either on the enemy team or on your team, who impressed you today in this game?
I think I would like to say, at least from my team, I think especially Snoops impressed me. They're newer to Pearl, and they had really good callouts and really good plays around the map. But like I said, everyone on my team played really well. Like I said, really good callouts and really good collapsing from jungle and support as well.
And so one other thing that I noticed was Medeo last week on ADC, very impressive. And I remember watching the game on stream, his Yunara versus your Caitlyn. How do you feel now that Medeo's on your side and actually your support this time?
I feel really good. I did draft this week, and I kind of went into it a little bit who do I not want to see on other people's teams? So I picked up Medeo. They've been wanting to play support more often too, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity for that. So
yeah, fantastic choice.
Yeah, it's like like I said, there's not a lot of there's the ADC pool. There's only like 4 or 5 ADCs in Pearl, so or like ADC mains in Pearl. So it's like nice to have 2 of them on one team. So
Yeah, yeah, and it worked out too. Who was the most annoying on the other team?
I think it was the Skarner for me, honestly, because like I don't get LDR until like 3rd item is Misfortune, so it's like I can enable 2 armor items. So
Yeah,
the Skarner was the most annoying. There
I'm shooting you, but no damage is happening.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was that mid lane dive on the inhibitor turret, that like where Medeo and I both died. And yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that as you're trying to wail on Skarner, and eventually you got there, right? With all
Yeah.
that your team could hold down Skarner, especially Medeo on Rakan, dragging them using his ult and dragging them into your bullet times. Those were great.
Yeah, we had really good combos on our team for sure with our ults. So yeah.
All right, one last question for you,
Nothing
DRK, before we let you go on to your next game, unless Mike also has something. But let's say you could control the next few games, the bans that are done against you. Who's waiting in the wings for you? Who are you thinking in the back of your mind? If they're not banned, I'm playing them at least once this week or in the next few weeks.
Honestly, like I love my Caitlyn and Misfortune. I know it's boring to only play 2 champions, really,
No.
but Caitlyn
Well,
and
Caitlyn-
Misfortune.
We were just talking about that before too. Caitlyn is the most banned champ in Pearl, but she has a 20% win rate.
Yeah, she's yeah. I think I've mentioned this to Nick earlier too, that I've been not having good success with Caitlyn. So maybe honestly, I just want to play more Misfortune tonight. So or Samira. So
Yeah.
Samira's also in the wings. So
I'd love to see that, and Medeo seems like the right support to play Samira with.
yep. So yeah, Misfortune and Samira. So that's my
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, DRK, and best of luck in your next few games.
Okay, thank you. Have a good. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Hope the next 2 games are fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So, in between these next 2 games, we do have a little bit of time, as we are going to be waiting on Ruby for one of the games to end, as there must have been a banger, some sort of long gathering storm game that I wish maybe we could have watched. We've got to find out what happened in that game if we can, Mike, at some point.
We simply must. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, also,
Go ahead.
now that I think about it might have been Tiltree, because this is Ruby, right?
Yes, now we're going to Ruby.
It probably would be Tiltree's team that started later because of.
Oh, that could be. That could be. Who are we gonna blame for that? Tiltree, right?
I mean,
it's got to be his fault.
Obviously, it's Tiltree's fault. He was outside when we called it.
You know, I actually didn't realize I was gonna get him in trouble or anything. That I was like, "Are you outside? It looks like you're at a gas station."
Don't let him fool you. He's always late every week. Every week he's like, "I'm almost there. I'm almost there."
Right. Well,
And he'll admit it.
so speaking of later, we will see you not too much later. We're gonna take a short break, get our waters filled up, and prepare for the next game. So thank you all for tuning in. This is CMSA League of Legends Season 2, Week 3. We just watched the Pearl League. Now we're gonna move on to the Ruby League after this short break. All right.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. All right. We've got an ult coming out from both Seraphine and Yunara, but it doesn't look like it's enough as these Soraka Ws keep Where My Pop-Tarts so healthy. Vayne manages to take down Yunara, now looking for the Seraphine in the back, but will Sejuani be here in time to save? No, but the Condemn comes out, and now we're back to top lane where the skirmish has been continuing. And Durganoon and Blazing Bowman both fighting for their lives. Mundo pops the ult, and Durganoon goes down. Red team looking to siege. as the Condemn goes on to Sejuani. Tiltree Clinton a bit out of position as Emo Loser now ready to put out the damage. Seraphine gets both Cho'Gath and Vayne, and they are both falling to the Yunara there. As Durganoon is forced to flash away from his own base, as it looks like the pressure is mounting. The Baron minions are there, and the siege continues, and they cannot keep Yunara away from these turrets. The first Nexus turret falls, and Kazik going back for the inhibitor almost as to add salt to the wound. As now the second Nexus turret falls, and that is the end of the game. A beautiful job.
That was a
As-
snowball effect game.
All right,
I'm
Ooh.
holding my breath waiting.
that's one. But it's also one for nondescript. As let's take a look at the top lane. Also, this Dance Fest and Emo Fest. All right, I'm glad we caught a little bit of it.
There is honor. There is honor among Topaz.
Yes.
Just a reminder, if anybody is just tuning in, this is Topaz, which is high master. Oh,
Oof. All right, there we go. MTP getting the first blood onto Sion, but maybe Chime Gatherer Sion wanted it. Oh, and look at that. Darius does make it away. Don't worry, we didn't cut away too soon before the end. And then win the lane, as here we see Sion beginning to proxy up here. But Baib on Amumu is up here. Will he be able to punish Chime Gatherer enough?
to lock him down, and
As
yeah,
there we go. Oof.
the
Taken
answer is
out
yes.
of his queue, but he does manage to collect a lot of this wave. It doesn't look like he's going to expend too much of his HP. As
There's
back
a
on
gank
bot
going bot.
lane, Jules comes in for the gank, but the Thresh Lantern does manage to save Nondescript as he's putting the traps so Jules cannot enter. River Otter and Nondescript now forced into a getaway in the jungle, and it's now 4 people from the blue side collapsing. Victory comes down on Nondescript, is stunned. The kill goes over to Boomer the Walrus, and then the second one on River Otter goes over to Jules.
And it's dead even. Look at the gold, right? Like,
And there we go, another gank onto Chime Gatherer leads to more gold for Quaive and MTP as they're stopping his onslaught of the minions. Top lane. Ooh, Travi with that ult flashes onto Victor and gets the kill onto Pest. It's the first blood within that lane. He was excited in chat to share that that is who he would be playing. And he comes back to lane with a Dark Seal and a Hextech Alternator. River Otter, a beautiful Q onto Boomer to Walrus, but it doesn't look like it's going in their favor as Boomer begins stacking his lethal tempo onto Nondescript, acknowledging that there's Quaive coming in. Quaive hits the Q on Blue Badger. Travi manages to TP in, and Blue Badger will go down. The Thresh Q onto Ezreal. Boomer barriers, but is it enough? Quaive goes down by the turret, and it is a 1-for-1 in spite of the fact that Red sent 4 people down here. Yeah, and now we've got the ult from Sion. Unfortunately, Chime misses, and Jules misses their ult as MTP is ghosting and running away. MTP says, oh, maybe I will have to fight this. But as they E the Sion, MTP manages to walk back with their life. No forced flash. Chime Gatherer and Jules, unfortunately, did have to use their flash for that gank. Trappy coming in with the ult. Pest falls immediately. 3 minutes. So potentially this is an angle for a fight. MTP able to get behind Chime Gatherer's turret. Oof. And that amount of damage will not take him down, but it does. I am wrong. Wow.
yeah,
And Pest able to be here for the cleanup, a beautiful shutdown gold. And that's all of Sion's deaths onto Darius that have just been now funneled into Pest. Here we have the TP coming down from Travi to get behind Boomer and Blue Badger. The flash from River Otter and the Q lands into Blue Badger, and Travi is going to secure that kill onto Karma. But looking for Boomer as he ults, the Caitlyn ult comes out, and Travi, hopefully, and Jules coming in with the ult on Fiddlesticks. Oh, wow, and it is back and forth. Travi falls, but not before Blue Badger and Boomer also fall. Chime Gatherer again falling to MTP, but potentially, it's so close to equalizing
Will he
on
do
his
it?
part. Exactly where Pest is going, and he gets around River Otter, hoping to save him. Blue Badger and River Otter now. Blue Badger in danger, forced to flash away from the cannon ult. Oh, beautiful hits from Boomer's Ezreal. Now Jules coming in with a repeat gank of the R, and River Otter falls to Jules as Quaib has been taking the dragon in the background. Has to flash E's to take Travi's last remaining Darksteel stacks.
Darius TP coming in. He comes in and does a dunk on Thresh, I think.
On Karma.
No, on Karma.
Oh. And there's the triple dunk, as Moens was describing. The amount of speed on TP and on Ghost is just too much to get away from.
To answer your question from earlier, Shaco's.
There we go. Travi with the beautiful flash ult, and Quaib coming in with the ult in response. Then Blue Badger and Boomer are forced to run away, but do not get away with their lives. River Otter takes a quick victory there by securing all of the vision around. Chime Gatherer looking for an ult on Nondescript. The Lantern comes down and saves him as Boomer and Walrus is not able to connect. Jules looking for this cute little flank, manages to get it, and Caitlyn is stunned in fear. Travi returning with the ult, as in the bot lane we just saw Darius manages to kill Pest.
Alright, so now blue team's left with the choice. Do we continue with this fight, which looks like they've chosen?
Yeah, the Amumu ult comes down, and Travi is trying to pull out the damage as much as he can. He is the only source of damage left here, and he does manage to put so much that blue team is forced completely away from the Baron. Yeah, there we go. Nondescript taking down that last Nexus turret as the Mumu Quaib continues to go in. Darius ult comes out, and it comes out again, but it is not even fast enough before the team is aced, and red team has taken this game for themselves. GGWP, MTP, Quaib, Travi, Nondescript, and River Otter take the game to start. And we are now ready to watch our last game of League of Legends. Let's take a look at what we have here. Calamity looking very low, as Medaio and Gray are now fighting it out. DRK putting some great damage onto Medaio, but Gray now forced to run for his life as Medaio flashes. Gray flashes in return. DRK now left to get a headshot on Medaio, but you'll get the movement speed anyways. Right, Giraffe Circle landing a key E root onto Kale and getting the first blood of the game.
For the hook.
All right. And with Warwick in back, Medaio is running straight into a pincer, and Gray is going to be able to put that Glacial Augment right underneath, and Space Dandy takes the kill onto Yunara. Gray lands a hook, but not before Fierce Steel flashes onto DRK. DRK barriers and flashes away, as now, let's go back to that. Fierce Steel is forced to run for his life as he's the last remaining member of his team as Seraphine fell. And Space Dandy, and Gray unable to claw Fierce Steel back into their lane. And Gray's forced to flash away as well as another skirmish.
Maybe it teleports in. They all are fighting to try to kill that Warwick. Succeed. Yeah.
All right.
It might have been the Warden just on top.
There we go. DRK gets hit by the Gaijin's hook. The ult comes out from both Seraphine and Nautilus. Gray goes down first as Viego takes the body of Nautilus. Does not land the hook, but DRK is forced running away as blue team secures zone control of the... Oh, Medaio flash and ult kills DRK. Yeah,
Nautilus teleporting bot. Grabs Caitlyn. Caitlyn is down for the count. Goes in on Blitzcrank, knocks him up. And that is all she wrote.
And the unfortunate flash from Gray does not get him away from the Yunara, who has just transcended herself. Looks like it's going to be a battle over this Rift Herald as the numbers are 3 or 4 to 3. Gaijin's caught up by the Zyra plants, but Warwick steals the Rift Herald, and Viego is not able to connect onto these champions. Giraffe-Sickle running for her life. Calamity Shades gets the kill. You can see Gray and DRK looking down here for the last fight that they want to take. Gray starts with the E knock-up onto D-Sauce. Medeo going straight for DRK, and Gray going straight for D-Sauce. The charm comes out onto DRK, but oh! That was a very fast Space Dandy ult coming out. Medeo now just left with Space Dandy after taking down Gray. But Fierce Steel is here for the assist, and Space Dandy will fall. Steel is there to stop Warwick's ult from getting him to safety.
It's a sacrificial lamb.
And Medeo, ooh, makes it out, but Bad BH and DRK will take the brunt of the damage in return.
Agnivia's out. Agnivia's dead.
Gasians with these hooks is really putting so much work. Obviously, Fierce Steel is there with the counter ganks, but these hooks from this Nautilus mid are just really impressive. It does not stop their team from continuing to siege mid. Oh, Gasians manages to land a hook onto DRK. Oop, and again. Oh, the ult onto DRK through Bad HBH as Space Dandy is now forced on the inside of the fight. Gasian's now running for his life up through the side lane as Medeo is trying to push them back from the mid. Fierce Steel gets behind DRK, and in the middle of it, Space Dandy ends up falling to D-Sauce, Yunara, and Gray's Blitzcrank hooks.
Turret.
Yeah, but the Kale ult does stop Gasians from taking too much damage as this last turret shot, looked like it was about to destroy him, but the turret fell in time. It looks like with the Elder Drake, they're looking to siege the last bit, and with these two super minions, they will immediately take down that Nexus turret. And Gasians looking for something here. The second Nexus turret goes down. The egg comes out from Anivia. Warwick is defeated by the Elder Drake. Blitzcrank is defeated. Anivia is defeated again. And there we go. It's almost an ace. Only DRK is left and cannot defend. And the game goes to Fierce Steel, Gasians, Medeo, D-Sauce, and Calamity Shades. All right, we've got one. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for your patience with that short little break, as we now are done with our intermission. We've filled up on our waters, and we are going to be so excited for this second game of the night, which is Ruby in this second season, the third week of CMSA's League of Legends season.
It is going to be a good game. We've got a lot going on here. A whole lot of lotta, as a good friend of mine would say.
A whole lot, a lot.
Whole lot of lotta, yeah.
All right. So on these teams, I know the audience can't see them, but Moens and I can. So maybe we'll take a little mental snapshot of what we're seeing. We've got Zangi in the jungle on the blue side, PP Bandit on the top in the top lane, Dripper as the ADC, Pinky Soup as his support, and John in the mid lane. Then on the red side, we've got Silver Sam in the ADC role, Shark Attack as the support, Armani Salami as the jungler, Firefly in the mid lane, and Blazing Bowman, who we've been very happy to get their name wrong each time we say it, but this time we're getting it right, Blazing Bowman in the top lane.
It's gonna be, and if memory serves, Blazing Bowman has been a linchpin on every team he's been on.
Yeah, and so let's go back to the League of Legends one. Oh, no, the main one, where we can see, here we are in Ruby now. over under on the Lux ban. We're probably seeing a Lux ban at some point during this. I mean, just because look at that rate of pick ban. If it doesn't get banned, I think we instantly see it get locked in, right?
Yeah, probably, but I don't see any of the typical Lux lovers here. John maybe, but John really enjoys counterpicking people. It's one of his favorite pastimes.
Yeah, I mean, you would think maybe Lux is the counter pick for everyone, but maybe they just want to harass the Lux lovers.
That's true. That's true. And as someone that has had to play against it, Mel is very annoying when you're Lux.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Mel, to me, here's my actual take. They keep making champions that are champions from 15 years ago, but better. And I think Mel is Lux if Lux was made in 2025 or 2024.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, and if you think of like Seraphine
is Sona. And Smolder is Ezreal to me. That's who I see when I look at that the attack caster.
I can see that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Zahen is Xin Zhao if Xin Zhao was made for a lane, even though he actually is Xin Zhao. That's actually probably on purpose. They tried to make Zahen look feel a little bit like Xin Zhao.
Okay. Yeah. I see that. Yeah. There's a whole. Yeah. Let's see who else came out recently. I guess Neela was a couple years ago now, wasn't she? Or Nyla.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really apply. Who else? Who is the other new one that I can't think of right now?
Yunara?
Yeah, Yunara. Who would she be?
I don't know if Yunara has... Yunara's one of the ones that I'm like, wow, they really made... Oh, here. How about this? Sivir. Sivir,
Okay,
because she has like the connecting on her auto attacks that almost does the static shiv type of proc. She also throws out the Aphelios weapon that I can't remember, the chakram. Is that what she has? She has chakrams?
Well, see, what's interesting is I would have said Akshan was kind of like Sivir.
Oh, certainly. I mean, they actually thematically are from the same group, I think, though, where they might both be sentinels. Maybe I'm just mixing it up that Akshan's also from Shurima and Sivir's like the great-great-granddaughter of Azir or something like that.
I don't read a lot of the lore. I should. I don't. But I just don't know.
Okay, but can I tell you and chat what's super interesting while we wait for this game? I really love when the lore of a champion maps onto the abilities of the champion or what their profile is. And so I have two great examples of this. Ezreal is an intrepid explorer whose whole gig is that he's like Indiana Jones. He constantly gets himself into the trap room where he has to quickly figure out how to get out of there because he used all his resources to get in there, and now he has to do everything right in order to get out of there. And so similarly, Ezreal, the W launches onto an enemy, and then your E, you waste your transportation, your dash, but you get guaranteed damage onto whoever you W'd. You better be sure you're hitting your Qs afterwards, or else you're not getting your E out of there.
That's right. I get that. And also, chat, while we're talking about this, if you have any other examples of champions that match their lore or abilities matching their lore, drop them in the chat.
I also have two more. I have two more. Ready if you're willing to indulge my nerdiness.
I am. You know what? I am. Let's hear it. I'm all for it.
So, the Void Champions. The Void Champions evolve, right? That's their whole thing. Kha'Zix, Kai'Sa evolves. A lot of these champions grow over time as though they're feeding on something. Kha'Zix is Rengar if Rengar taught all of his skills to a Void monster. Rengar jumps and does the Q, which is like the fangs, the claws. And so Kha'Zix E jumps and the Q is the claws. The W is sending out a missile that when it evolves, it'll slow down the enemy. Rengar throws out the bola, which slows down the enemies. Rengar's ult turns him invisible. Kha'Zix's ult, when he levels up, turns him invisible for longer. And ready? It goes one step further.
I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
When Kai'Sa evolves each of her abilities, she's doing the opposite because she's the human who learns from the void instead of the void who learns from the real living creatures. Kai'Sa levels up her Q and she starts sending out a billion of the plasms, almost like how Kha'Zix W evolves. Kai'Sa's E is like Kha'Zix R. Kai'Sa W becomes like Vel'Koz Q, and Kai'Sa's R is just, that's her original ability.
Okay.
That's my thesis, is that Kai'Sa is the perfect encapsulation of her lore, is that she's the one human who can go into the void and come out stronger.
I think that's good. I see your logic and I follow it. And now what has been seen can't be unseen.
Yeah. And now you're going to be thinking, the next time a champion comes out, I hope you and everyone else in chat is thinking to themselves, this champion doesn't make any sense at all. Seraphine, why do you do any of the things you do except for copying Sona?
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, like they've made a lot of champions at this point, right? So like, they're gonna have. I can't remember the last time that they invented a new effect. I'm sure they have, but I can't think of one.
Yeah, I mean, new effect, it's kind of odd to come up with because it's like everything feels like it's happened already. Like we're at the end of history of League of Legends. But here we've got the bands coming in for our second match of the night. Before we talk over all of it, we've got Morgana and Akali band on the blue side. And then we've got Jarvan and Diana, a double jungle band coming out from the red side.
Ooh, an Aurora band.
Yeah, Aurora is one of those champions that I feel is very difficult to play into if you are wanting to ball and do a team fight. So let's see if that's actually along the lines of what Blue Side's going to draft.
Well, Aurora's another new champ. Who's her? What's her?
Oh yeah, good question.
That's the one I couldn't think of.
Maybe Zoe. I don't know. Not every champion has that analog, but there's like bits and pieces of like you put them in the melting pot, maybe. But yeah, the Thresh ban also coming out, so shows Senna on the red side.
Ooh. So we got Shyvana Senna. I can't say that once.
Shyvana Senna.
Yeah.
All right, so there we have Chef Zangy. Zangy's gonna likely be on that Shyvana in the jungle there. And let's see who comes out. It's gonna be Senna ADC with Sona support. That's exciting.
After we just spent a little bit talking about how Sona was the old version of Seraphine.
And you know, it's interesting when League goes back, when Riot goes back and buffs a champion who deserves it. Swain got buffed, really old champion. Sona got buffed. Shyvana, now with her rework, pretty strong.
Right.
Oh, and there we have Sylas coming out. That's exciting. That might be the first Sylas we've seen, and now we're getting a little bit of the pro play taste. So, I mean, good ults for Sylas to grab so far on the blue team.
And we got a Smolder.
Yeah, Smolder stacking versus Senna stacking and Sona stacking. So we'll see. What's that?
I just realized both teams have selected nothing but champions that start with the letter S.
Oh, that's true. We've got Shuswasma and Sesosai.
I don't know that that's on purpose, but it certainly is worth noting.
Well, S supremacy in this game, I suppose, is the method. And we're not banning any of those S champs.
Who will ruin the trend first?
I don't even know if they know that they're doing this. This might be a little Easter egg just for us.
And 38 of my closest friends.
And 38 of you in chat. Yeah.
That's right.
You guys get to see all that we can see for sure. All right. And with Smolder, I feel also it's the kindergarten. So we might see now that Lilia has been banned. I don't know who's
And-
going to come out. We
and
don't need
Alistair.
Milio, but
And Syndra, they banned Syndra. Oh, they're getting ready to ban Syndra.
yeah, not sure. I mean, Sylas is definitely a flex pick, so they're not sure if it's the mid lane or the top lane where Sylas is coming out. But they ended up going for a top lane ban in Ornn.
Cue the Syndra pick.
Yeah. Let's see if it comes out here. I mean, now blue team needs to be really careful as they are picking and giving Sylas ultimate material every time they do so.
Right.
So already out of the picture are champions like Malphite, champions like Mordekaiser. You don't want to give give Sylas the energy. And it looks like it might be Sylas top as we see Ahri being locked in.
Okay. All right. Then John's gonna pick, because John was mid, John's gonna counter Ahri.
Yeah, that's, oh, really nice as there's so much AP coming out from the red team. John looking at Galio here.
But giving Sylas ulting material, or Sylas
That's
ult
true.
material.
You know, one of the most famous plays in recent times from this, I think it's 2 years ago, League of Legends World Championships. Faker on Sylas against, I forget who it is on the opposing team on Galio. And they both ult at the same time. They were skirmishing, and they both ult at the same time to land at the actual larger fight that's happening.
That's awesome.
Beautiful stuff. I mean, I'm hoping we see a repeat of that. Maybe a little reenaction.
We've got Pyke support, so that's Smolder Pyke. Breaking
Yeah.
the S trend on both teams. I want you to know that I'm disappointed.
Yeah, and then we have Tahm Kench. That's, oh, well. Now it's looking like it might be Sylas in the jungle. As, don't believe Tahm Kench has been played jungle recently, but it's going to be
Yeah, what's
a little
going on
scary.
here? So it's Senna ADC, Tahm Kench support.
No, Sona
Sylas-
support.
Oh, wait,
Gotta be.
Oh, Sona support. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Senna Sona. Sona. Yeah, you're right. Tahm Kench top, Sylas jungle,
Yeah.
Ahri mid,
It's what I would be thinking for sure.
and over here, man, is it Swain mid or is it Swain Pyke? Is it Pyke? I mean,
I would think Swain top. I think I've seen PP Bandit top and playing Swain before in one of the invitationals.
I just want to point out he's not PP Bandit. He's the PP Bandit.
Yes, he's the PP Bandit, but
The
you know,
PP.
yes, I should be giving the proper title and respect. You're very right. And while we wait for that, let's see how many of these champions are actually on our list, or are we potentially seeing some great diversity now? I mean, Ruby, not on the most wanted list. We don't see Lux anywhere here.
Right.
And we don't see Misfortune anywhere here. Not picked, not banned. We might be
Okay.
seeing a new era come out here.
They've turned a new leaf, and that leaf's name was Misfortune.
Yeah. And so I'm going to bring up a little bit of extra information that I have about these teams. Hold on a second.
You have extra information?
I do. Not necessarily about these teams, but let's look. I'm going to open up just the Ruby League stats here. And so we've got Shyvana. Shyvana only been played twice this season, or in Ruby. Swain 3 times.
Ooh.
We're not seeing Smolder 3 times. All right, we're seeing some commonalities here. Galio twice.
Can you see by whom?
I can't see by whom, but I do know this is going to be the first Pyke game. of Ruby. And so I'm pretty excited about that. I love Pyke myself.
Okay. Yeah, Pike. Pike against the Sona, right? Like that's just that's just good business.
Yeah, it's also the first Sona game of this, so we're seeing 2 new champions join our list here, as those are the only 2 that haven't been played so far in Ruby out of this whole game.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because the Smolder generally wants to play safe until they get their stacks, right? They're not really that strong. But with a Pike, that might just be enough.
Yeah, I mean, the danger is that Pyke wants to engage really badly and wants to be next to someone who's also going to put out as much damage as him. It's just not anyone who wants to be in lane with him, ally or enemy, wants the same thing. Senna and Sona are going to want to stack. Smolder's going to want to stack. Pyke might end up leaving. Because what is Sona and Senna going to do to stop Smolder from just CSing under turret? I have a feeling that Ahri is going to be seeing a little bit more of Pyke this game than maybe anyone else.
Okay, yeah, I think I can see that. Plus, yeah, she's an easy target, but also she has the dash, right? So I could argue it either way. That's yeah, that's a rough one. There's
Yeah.
a lot of easy grabs bot lane, right? Well, 2. Senna Sona.
Yeah,
Ahri's not
and
as easy.
it relies upon either of them having already used
Yeah.
their E's, which both are their movement abilities from Senna and Sona. That Senna
Fair.
into the mist. I mean, if you can land a Pyke hook into that, then you're a very talented player. And so hopefully we're going to see if that ends up working out for this team.
It looks like we're loading in.
Yeah. Okay, much faster than the first game, which I'm very pleased at. You know, I was thinking, oh, here we are. Let's go straight into it. That was a very quick load in, as now the only thing we're going to do is open up those objective timers, and it's now time for game 2. The Ruby League. We've got a massive game here as HP stackers are against HP stackers. Mages are against mages, and stackers in general are against stackers in the bot lane.
This is either going to be a really long or a really short game.
Yeah, my bet's on long. I was gonna say the same thing actually just now, Mike, because if you're any champ here, who wants the game to be short? Only Sylas, maybe.
Let's keep an eye on this Smolder Pyke here. I think they're gonna try to get a little saucy.
Oh, and here we have the Pyke Q coming out, and first damage onto Silver Sam is already done as Senna and Pyke both end up at half HP, forced to pop a pot on Senna's part, but not so on Pyke.
That poke from Sona, finishing up that Pyke a little bit.
Yeah, Pyke maybe not realizing that he's actually under a ward, but no luck on his hook. You know, what strikes me as interesting is that actually Shyvana is the only one who can't lock the enemies down for Smolder. Everyone else is uniquely positioned with great AoE stuns.
Did you say Sona? Sona, her ult.
So I was saying on Smolder's team, Shyvana is the only one who doesn't have great AoE stun for Smolder.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good.
Also, Poggle from the chat has informed you that you're wearing the same shirt as him.
Oh, Team Liquid fans. Welcome, Poggle. I love it. Okay, here we've got a little bit of skirmishing going on as Firefly not afraid to auto-attack John, and Pinky Soup lands the Q onto Shark Attack. Oh, here we have it. Everyone is low. Everyone is willing to fight. I'll have you know that I won this shirt, earned it at a Mario Kart tournament in the great neighborhood of Andersonville, Chicago. At a...
He said he did too?
Wait, except from CMSA? So did we go to the same Mario Kart tournament, Poggle, and we just didn't know each other? That would confuse me. That would confuse me greatly. All right, Pike constantly hitting Pinky
Lands a
Soup.
Q.
Oh, but it looks like that's actually gonna be a reversal as, ooh, Senna's auto is just barely missing the targets there. As Grasp comes out, as the Smolder stacks. Ooh, Firefly landing a great
Dom-
charm to get first blood.
Shyvana might come in for that Ari.
Okay, Pinky Soup falling under that Senna W.
Shyvana coming in to poke the Ari, not really succeeding.
Yeah, just looks like she's going to be able to catch the wave here as Zangi eats all of that up. This is great for Zangi, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes on Shyvana, getting those extra bits of, oh, here, what did we miss bot lane? Looks like a 1-for-1 as Pinky Soup and Shark Attack both lose their life for the others.
And that's a double short sword buy from Pike.
Yeah, that's great amount of damage coming out from him already. Okay, Blazing Bowman able to skirmish a bit with PP Bandit.
He is being really aggressive. I mean, I know he's Tom Kench, but he's like level 2 Tom Kench. It's not like he's, or level 4 Tom Kench. It's not like he's all that high level.
Yeah, I mean, it's about confidence 100% as someone who plays Tom Kench. Hitting that Tongue Lash, that Q, you are going to get back a guaranteed percentage of your missing HP. So, if you can land the Q, you can live forever, is really my thinking, generally. We
Fair
have
enough.
Pinky Soup in the bot lane waiting and holding this wave for his Smolder as the waves are all set asunder as kills flew around the map just minutes ago.
Looks like Senna's going for Roam up to Galio.
Yeah, we've got Sona coming in. Oh, the E,
Ease
potentially?
gets closer, cues him. Alright, just gets a poke and goes back, takes his ball and goes back home.
Yeah, I mean, Sona able to stack while the enemies are away from lane. That's great stuff.
That Silas is, might... Oh wait, never mind.
It does look like we're seeing the first bit of checking out. Ooh, as Pike lands a hook onto Sona, and Sona is left defenseless as Shark Attack will fall to Dripper. Dripper continuing to stack. Silas on the way, potentially able to save this lane state for Silver Sam's Senna. And Pike looking for Silas as he came all the way in. Silas will just walk back to his jungle.
And this is what we were talking about before, right? Like the Pike wants to be aggressive. The Smolder, not necessarily, but it's working out.
Okay, here we
Ooh,
go.
Q
Pinky
coming out.
Soup. Yeah,
Missed
I know that
Q.
feeling. CSing
same.
when you want to hook someone.
Lull them into a false sense of security and then do nothing. I do it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, lure them into a false sense of danger and then do nothing is sometimes also
Probably.
the move.
Fair enough. And I totally do it on purpose every time.
All
Never an
right.
accident.
We got Pinky Soup
Q
landing
comes
these Qs, although they're not doing that much of displacement, as there's fights going on all around as Blazing Bowman lands the ult onto PP Bandit, but now forced to flash away. PP Bandit flashing in for the Q to secure the kill on Blazing Bowman. As now back in bot lane, Silver Sam is forced under his turret while ignited. Pinky Soup and Dripper just full control of this lane.
Yeah, that next Pike Q that comes out is probably gonna kill someone.
Yeah, and look at Pike's
The next one that lands.
XP must be very close to 6 as Smolder is already there. And so once that comes out, it's not going to be easy for Silver Sam and Shark Attack to keep their HP above that execute threshold. Okay, here we go. Silver Sam going right into the Pinky Soups. Oh, and Smolder secures the kill as Sona was looking for a ward.
And that's the downside of Senna Sona, right? Like
If both of you are stacking, then neither of you is providing damage yet.
Right, yeah. You need to play perfect.
Yeah, 100%. All right. And look at this. It looks like it's going to be an almost freeze on Shark Attack's part as Dripper is forced to stay in lane. Okay, uh-oh. I don't know what happened over on the stream. Want to make sure that we're still up. Oh, we are still up. Okay, good. It was nothing. We're good.
It's good. Scared me for a second.
I scare myself. I feel like that happened last week too. Okay, here we have it. At the Grubs, Silas is coming for this scuttle as Pinky Soup is here, ready to hook him. Armani Salami forced to flash away from that pikey, even though no one is here. The bluff works as Armani Salami continues on the scuttle. Oh, Pinky Soup landing the Q as Zangi goes in for the ult on Armani Salami. John comes in with his own ult. Armani Salami returning with the Shyvana ult, saved by Blazing Bowman's eat as PP Bandit, John, Zangi, and Pinky Soup are looking to chase. They get Armani Salami and they're continuing further for Blazing Bowman, who does not make it out in time. And that's looking like it's going to be a free grub.
And turns away.
Yeah, Firefly unfortunately not there on time, is he? Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Dripper able to just secure a little bit of CS for himself, even though he's only one person in that two-person lane.
And stacks. How many stacks does he have right now?
All right, let's see. He's got 60 stacks. Pretty good for 9 minutes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The question always is, can you get... I mean, you get more over time as Smolder because your Q increases in power, gets more AoE, you're starting to hit more things at once when you're going for them, so it gets easier. But can you reach the 225 magic number before 23 minutes? Some pros are hitting it at like 19, at 20, 21, but here I think even reaching it by 23 or 24, that's going to be Dripper's goal. And I think it's going to be the win condition for this team.
Why 23 minutes?
Because then you at least have the time to do what you need to do. John here, fighting Firefly with his Hextech Rocket Belt. He's staying on top of him. And that's great. The red buff is going to heal him up. Oh, here we have in the bot lane something going on.
Silas starting Dragon.
All right, Shyvana potentially alerted to the fact that the dragon is almost gone. Galio here fighting Ahri. Firefly forced to run away with his ult as Galio gets a solo bolo. Armani Salami takes the dragon before Zangi can even react though. And now Sona and Senna forced under their turret as their jungler, Armani Salami, is pushed also there with him. It's looking like it's gonna potentially be a dive as they're fighting over the grub. The beautiful Sona ult comes out from Shark Attack, and now John, Pinky Soup, and Zangi are now forced away as... Oh, never mind. A beautiful
Silas
ult.
Pike ult.
All right.
Dragon ult.
Silver Sam able to save himself. Firefly comes in with the TP, now looking to collapse fully onto Dripper, though Zangi is still here waiting in the wings. All right, a lot happening around this turret. As ooh, Dripper, oh, has to flash away from that REE. Does so.
Looks like they're gonna try to. They probably can get a plate or two if they stick around, but doesn't look like they're going to.
Yeah, it's really the danger zone here. But Dripper still did have... Oh, here's the Galio ult coming in from John to help Blazing Bowman. PP Bandit forced to get away as Tahm Kench does have ults. Oh, and PP Bandit looking for this fight as he's activated his ult. Blazing Bowman now on the retreat. Even though he's inside Tahm Kench's mouth, he still has his R active as Armani Salami is now able to... Oh, and it looks like it's just short of getting the kill. My apologies there. It looked like Armani Salami had taken John's Galio ult, and that's how he came to save Blazing Bowman.
That's the real rub with Silas. It'll get you every time.
Yeah. I'm like, is this my ally? I was thinking to myself, shouldn't this be blue in color?
Blue team kind of taking the lead here, but
Oh, there we go. Every time Pyke is charging up that Q, I think to myself, all right, let's get ready.
right, this is the one. This is the one.
Okay, I was sure that
Last
was the
time it
one
just-
too.
Yeah, a lot of times it just gets, and this happens to me too, right? Like it just gets intercepted by a minion with no health, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, something that was just waiting to jump right in front. The heroic minions. Okay, here we've got Chef Zangi coming into Armani Salami's jungle with 1 level up on him. The fear comes out from Chef Zangi's ultimate as Armani Salami is forced to run under his turret and does not get away from the 3rd bite. Firefly here, though, potentially able to clean up as the charm lands onto Chef Zangi, and oh, with that shield from Galio, Chef Zangi does make it and returns the favor onto Firefly. It's a double kill for Zangi. Oh, and in the
That was a
bot lane,
good turnaround.
here we've got more. A double kill for
Look
Pyke.
at that. This is starting to pull away fast for the blue team. As I
Yeah.
said before, this is either going to be a really fast or a really long game.
Yeah, and we have, let's see, once that chat flies away here, we've got, let's pull it up a little bit. We've got 112 stacks so far on Smolder. All right, I see in the chat, Poggle clarifying it's not Mario Kart that he won the shirt in. Pinky Soup able to get away quickly as Armani Salami is going to launch the Smolder ult at Dripper. Oh, but the slow comes out and Armani Salami in a potential gets the shutdown on Smolder, but now it's looking like Armani Salami needs to run away. He's so low health, but only Pinky Soup is left under the turret and Armani Salami will fall under the turret as Sona tries to get
Galio
the
comes-
end.
Kaylee
John.
comes in. Good.
John is there to push Shark Attack away, and Silver Sam now, it's a reversal on top of a reversal on top of a reversal as Shark Attack is there to help Silver Sam get away, but it is very close to being enough. Oh my goodness, Chef Zangi living with oh, no HP. As it turns out, the Scorch or red buff from Shark Attack kills him.
That Pyke is just a Senna ult away from death.
Yes,
Does he have it?
but
That's why she doesn't have it.
yeah, and so mobile too. I would be scared to be using it at that moment. Oh, and there we have Smolder. Able to just clear the waves entirely. He's reached 125 stacks, and he is going to continue to stack. All right, and objective update.
Ready?
Each team does have 1 epic monster, but now we're looking at the Cloud Drake here, as Silas is going to set that up with the Scuttle.
Red team's not catching up per se, but they're also not getting any further behind. So still very winnable.
Yeah, Silas
Shyvana
forced
caught
to
out of
Shyvana
sight.
ult away.
Yeah.
Okay, but now red team is here. Pinky Soup looking at Sona there. Shark Attack, beautiful ult coming out to hit both Shyvana and Pyke as the John's Galio ult comes in. Chef Zangi now forced to be in the back as he wants to preserve his HP to do this streak. Silver Sam and Ari get onto Dripper as Dripper is left for dead by the blue team.
As blue team runs away and has to give up that dragon. That is just what they... Oh, actually, it looks like they're coming back around to maybe potentially scare them off or steal it.
Oh yeah, the Pyke Q.
This is dragon secured by red.
Yes, and that
But
taking
Pyke's
the
getting
dragons
saucy.
away from Shyvana.
Oh, Ari's coming back in to John. John not taking the fight. Just a little bit of poke back and forth.
All right, some really nice movement on the map just to cover for mid lane from Blazing Bowman, as now we're back to somewhat neutral as only the top turret has been taken so far at 17 minutes. But now, we've got 2 objectives for the red side as the gap is closing a bit. Pinky Soup
Yeah,
going
two
desperately
drags.
close.
2 drags are worth some money too, right? Like they give you some stats. We got mountain and air. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, the movement speed might be just enough to make sure that this team is able to do what they need to do. Oh, John being pushed out of lane by Firefly. The ult comes out, and Firefly gets the shutdown onto John, forcing him out of lane. But Zangi is here, since Firefly took some turret shots to potentially save the lane. Pinky Soup now looking. Oh, but does not target Shark Attack. See, if I'm Dripper here, I'm thinking I'm on top of the world. Nothing is going to stop me.
Those Pyke Qs have been missing by a pixel.
Yeah, very close. Oh, here we go. Shyvana versus Sylas. As Shyvana just uses their ult, but Sylas, no ult in response, is forced to Tech Belt rocket away. As Armani is now forced to run away from the Rift Herald and flash from that
Launches out of
Shyvana
the
E.
blue. Oh, it was E.
And there we go.
Makes it just yeah, that.
Oh, thank you for the fart as the first turret bot falls, and Dripper is now ready to harass this bot lane even more. Shark Attack falls to Smolder, and now Smolder is there to take Senna's life as well. 177 stacks on this Smolder. It is getting desperately close to the Smolder upgrade that might be the end of the game.
And you said 23 minutes. We're at 19, so we still have time. Shyvana going into Sylas's jungle, chasing after him at his own red.
Yeah, and here we go. It's going to be a
Sylas-
2v2 up in this jungle as Firefly is now here to make it the first 3v3. John here, as it's now going to be an all-out battle. Firefly is pushed away as Blazing Bowman, losing all of his HP, forced to flash under his turret. Will he land the Q to get his HP back? He will, but it looks like Blue Team has made it to the opposite side of the turret before Silver Sam and Shark Attack are here for backup. That is just a clean chase.
Look at this. 4 of them have answered, 1 dead. That's giving Smolder a free.
Silver Sam also falling to the Pinky Soup and John combo of just stun locked. Now Shark Attack needs to dodge.
Does
Okay.
dodge the Q and just runs away. But
Zangi
runs
now in the
into
position.
Shyvana. Or, I'm sorry, into Smolder.
Oh! Shark Attack accidentally hits the blast plant when it's not on the other side of him, and now he is down to the Pyke ult as well. Firefly potentially in a bad position as Pinky Soup sends out that dash, but Firefly gets him before getting got himself. Armani Salami a little bit late to the fight with only half HP.
Smolder ult misses them all.
Alright, and it's just a full-on siege as Zangi dropped the Rift Herald. Says, if I can't get the dragons, I'll just take your life instead. Zangi, oh! The Sylas E stopped by the Rift Herald. Potentially was going to kill Zangi there.
Rift Herald gets 1 turret, charges up, gets charged on the 2nd turret.
Oh, Dripper. Almost in a bad
Smolder-
situation there, forced to flash.
Yeah. Forced to flash and they get away scot-free as they get most of that most of that inhib turret.
We've got a plea for help coming out as Armani Salami says, Zangi, can you chill? You know I'm off roll, for the love of God. What do you think, Mike? If you get a message like that in the game, are you taking it easy or are you dialing up the heat?
I'm dialing up the heat for that person specifically.
Oh,
I
right.
would say, you know what? It's time for you to go.
Well, we'll see if Zangi is more merciful than you, Mike. As now it's time for the Hextech Dragon. We've got another Hextech Soul potentially on our hands. As Zangi is now here first to take it. Alright, Armani Salami able to pop that Swain ult, but not before Zangi takes it. PP Bandit. Oh, taking his own life as Sylas, Ahri, and Swain are down. Silver Sam and Shark Attack now forced to leave as Red Team is scattered. Pyke ult comes out for both Senna and Sona to fall. It was a
Can I just say
4v5.
That Pyke skin is really pretty.
It is really pretty. That's the Empyrean? Yeah, I have that same skin. I mean, it's really nice. I mean, the key difference we saw there during that fight, Mike, I don't know if you saw it immediately, but it's just a numbers game sometimes, especially when you have a champion like Tahm Kench who can save Armani Salami with the Swain ult still active. But instead, because he's not there, we're gonna see Baron go over to Zangi.
Coalition of the Moon saying in chat that fart is dialing up the heat.
Yeah, that's the rallying cry of everyone in chat. Thank you for that. Okay, here we've got it. Pinky Soup looking at the wards here, very aggressively postured as he doesn't maybe realize he's heading into 3 people. No, just going for the wards. Still only 1 turret gone for the blue team as John is looking to protect these outer turrets. Make sure that his waves are pushed up now that they have the Baron. Let's take a look at Smolder, a little check-in. 2:23 at about 24 minutes. We are on time. Dripper achieving the status that he wants. And let's see, he's going to be upgrading in this fight. And there we go. Smolder has upgraded. And it's desperation time now. Red team has to find a way to save themselves before they suffer ultimately. And there we go. It is a full 3 for none for the blue team as it is now 27-9.
That right there really locked in. Not that they weren't ahead before, but it really locked in blue team's lead.
Yeah, the double dragons here are making it a big deal as Firefly Ahri is now pushed away. Oh, but Zangi potentially falling to Firefly as the W comes out. Firefly beautifully ending it. Oh, but unfortunately, more people on the opposite side in his own base.
I mean, there's not much to do with that situation, right? You're just trying to get away. That's
Yeah.
the only direction you had to go.
Yeah, and blue team will save the rest of the turrets for another day.
As they reset.
Yeah. It's
Looks
now
like we've
12k gold differential between the teams, but really the difference might be in the passives that have been stacked.
When there's just under 2 minutes on drag, right? So potentially going to set up for that. I don't rightly know what the play is for them here right now. Silas getting led.
Yeah, well, there is a big difference in the gold. What I mean by the difference in the stacks is, let's take a look at some of the key metrics here. We've got Heart Steel, typically the must-buy on Tahm Kench. Only 20 HP is stacked on it. Meanwhile, PP Bandit able to securely push into champions like Firefly because he has 57 soul fragments, 57 stacks on his passive. Meanwhile, Smolder potentially, alone, except for John here for the save, but the Ignite's going to come out onto Dripper, and that Blazing Bowman's going to get a beautiful shutdown. But
That's really unfortunate on the behalf of the Smolder, right?
yeah, I mean, you play that type of game, you put yourself at risk. Just because you have 250 stacks on Smolder, it means you're in a great position, but it doesn't mean you're in an immortal position.
Right. Yeah, exactly what you were saying before. You have to remember that you're not immortal.
Yeah.
As Swain is learning a reaction from his response, or from his
From being
bad
pushed
decision
out
right
there.
now. Yeah.
All right, we've got 3 from the red team here to force Zangi out. Oh, but Zangi makes it through the Hexgate before the Sona ult can stun him. Now Armani Salami potentially looking at John here. Okay. We've got supers in the base of the red team, and yet red team is still here waiting for this Hextech Dragon to come up to potentially get their soul point.
Tahm
We have-
Kench is taking care of that, right?
Ooh.
But we really need him in this fight, I think.
Oh my god, Pyke instantly deleted as Armani Salami comes in with this Shyvana ult. PP Bandit ults, but and Smolder coming in through the back. They're front to backing it, and red team is now forced to run away as Smolder continually, that's potentially the danger zone for them as Smolder's making his way to the back line. Oh, and Tahm Kench down to the Smolder Elder Drake. Firefly potentially coming in here. Lands the charm on Dripper, exactly what this team needs. As Dripper falls before he can put any stacks on. PP Bandit dying to the Sona ult. Wow. There are supers in the red base, but they are not afraid to close this gold gap. Oh my god.
That-
One turret destroyed.
One turret destroyed. It grows back, right?
It does grow back, but it is scary. I mean, they are fighting tooth and nail to stay in this game.
They're fighting tooth and nail, and they're doing it well, right? Like, they actually turned that fight in a good way.
Yeah, I mean,
40 seconds on Baron.
Firefly is
Like,
putting
on this
so much work into this game. You gotta hand it to him. I mean, from the beginning of the game up until that play onto Smolder, I wouldn't have been the one to ult in there. But Firefly is the guy. He's the one.
He's just a little guy.
That is so wild to me. And now we're gonna see Senna eventually make it to that point. Let's take a look at Senna stacks. That's one we haven't checked in on. 90 souls. And so that's pretty good. We want to get to 100, and that's kind of the sweet spot of where Senna starts taking over the game. And soon, Senna's gonna be there. But we see both teams trying to set up the Baron just a little bit, as PP Bandits got TP in the bot lane. And now it's over who gets this first Baron. Second Baron, really.
Your execute on Smolder doesn't matter if you can't get within range of Senna.
It's true. It's true. Or if you're stunned before you even get the Q out.
Right.
All
I
right.
think the Silas is in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, Pinky Soup. Oh, forced to actually get away as Armani Salami puts some quick damage out. Oh, John in a potentially bad position as blue team has to balance between protecting him and being on both sides of the Baron. Red team now reformulating their choices as blue team has full control. 5 people in the Baron pit. Pinky Soup looking for something here. Oh, and Zangi stunned there for just a second as it's now the dance of the objective, waiting for Firefly to come. Red team is doing a beautiful job at holding this, but now the top wave is going to be pushed in. Blazing Bowman's the first one hooked in. The roots and the stuns and fears coming out from Zangi as the ult comes out from Smolder and from Pyke to get the kills. Smolder in the back. Oh, manages to stop. Okay. Smolder falls to Armani Salami as John is now in the back trying to take out Firefly. Firefly falls. PP Bandit and Armani Salami both with Swain ults just duking it out as John makes it away from Silver Sam to try to help PP Bandit. But Swain is the better Swain than Silas. And now Silver Sam, uh-oh, I'm on the wrong side of this. I gotta go. John not able to catch him. Silver Sam is going to be able to get away, but neither team is in a position to take the Baron. Wow.
I thought Senna was going to go back in on that.
I did too. I wasn't sure where to bring the map in that moment. I hope that everyone was able to see what we were seeing. Wow. Play of the game for both teams for managing to delay it. I mean, certainly Red. Look at the gold lead dropping down.
Yep, I think so far the play of the game is absolutely a 3 or 4 man charm from Ahri.
Yeah, onto
Blue.
Smolder. Yeah. Oh, Shark Attack almost taking a really crazy Hex Portal, realizing I don't want to go there. Okay, Dripper using his E, landing on the chickens, but Armani Salami is there. But is it a bait as Dripper gets the HP back from the ult? Armani Salami potentially able to... Oh, and the shield saves Dripper. It's a bait. Pinky Soup now looking for revenge. Silver Sam gets ignited, but... Oh, Pyke. Oh, Tahm Kench is there to stop the Pyke E, but the ult comes out. And Pinky Soup is killed by Tahm Kench in response. This is the opportunity.
Not before taking a couple of them out, right?
Yeah.
And there's 24 seconds on Drake, right? Soul point.
Thank you, Spellfire, for the follow. As now we're seeing, oh god, I mean, both teams are getting ready for this soul point, right? So who who has the opportunity? It looks like blue is in a much better position. Obviously, 3 people are still down on the red team, but
We
with
get
3,
red vision right now.
yeah, let's take a look. Red, no idea. I mean, they have to know, but I mean, now they know.
Yeah. Oh, and we just
All
got
right.
a follow. Thank you, Spellfire.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the CS difference real quick. The only lane that's... Oh, there's 2 lanes that we're seeing quite a big difference. Zangi still farming the jungle and farming Armani Salami's jungle. Getting full build pretty soon. And Ari nearly full build, just 1 item away.
Senna and Ari coming in on John and Pike. Pike
Oh.
throwing Q. Hits it. Dies.
Yeah, the Firefly damage is too quick. Dripper also falling to Firefly as now Firefly is looking to press the lead. This is exactly the opening that Red needs. No people down. This is a potential Baron play for them.
John changing his mind as he realizes how much damage Senna does. Red setting up for the Baron and probably going to get it.
Yeah, Zangi looking for the potential here. He does have ult as he's hitting on Tahm Kench. This looks like the right opportunity as... Oh, the Galio ult is stopped. Oh, but Zangi forced to use his ult to get away. Does not get away as Silver Sam catches him out. And now, with 3 people gone from the blue team, Red is in a great position to take this.
Looks like Wayne is coming over to say something about it. We'll see what transpires. Maybe nothing. Maybe
Yeah. And Red team secures the Baron, and, you know, it's only about 7,700 gold apart now. We've gone down 14,000 to 12,000, 9,000. Now it's just 7,000 about.
And blue team is on soul point for Hextech. Got 3 Hextech.
Yeah, that's scary. Although there isn't anyone who's really utilizing the attack speed as much as maybe Senna would, but that ability haste is also going to go do wonders for this team.
Well, plus it's not necessarily, I mean, obviously the buff is good, but at some point, even though they're not going to use it, they still want it so the other team doesn't get it.
Yeah, absolutely. The charm comes out from Firefly. Pinky Soup loses half of his HP just from the charm. But, I mean, we saw what happened last time. If Pinky Soup is in a bad position, it may just end up being a complete reversal of whatever he was going to set up there. Okay, we've got a lull where we've got 2 minutes without objectives on the map and no buffs active, as we're gonna see what ends up happening here. Actually, no, there is the Baron buff active for Red.
Oh, active, yeah. So red team should be doing some sort of push here, but blue team is still overpowering them, which makes sense with their gold lead.
Yeah, the focus on CS is just pushing blue team back forward to 8k ahead of their enemies. I see Fierce Steel. Crazy, both my champs got banned first game. That is unfortunate. But that is sometimes the way it goes, and, you know, maybe we'll start to have someone on who can really explain why the bans are the way they are, in terms of who the band leaders are that we see in between games.
And you played a mighty Skarner.
That's true. Okay. Here we've got it, just
Got a
1 minute until the potential soul take for Zangi or soul point take for Armani Salami. Oh, big.
Another fart.
Yeah. I don't know if you could hear it, Mike, but I can hear it because I have the sounds. But it's pretty loud and it's pretty wet, I'll say.
It's a robust fart.
Yes, yeah, hearty. All right, all the members of Red Team are here. John on Galio, potentially coming in from the north of River as bot lane is pushed out and they have vision control all throughout. Red side is looking like they are in the good position here. We will see as Zangi has his ult. And Armani Salami does not have anyone's ult just yet. They're dancing. They're waiting for this 15 seconds. Everyone is holding their breath as Zangi and the entire team go through the Hex Gate, except for Galio John. Zangi ults, and it is time to battle it out. Zangi at half health. Firefly is not taking any... Oh, he is falling, potentially, as now Firefly's at a third of his HP. Tom Kench manages to get PP Bandit out. John is now hoping to follow up to get Firefly out of the fight, as Dripper has been just on the back line. Oh, Dripper, unfortunately, not able to get the damage onto Firefly that he needs. Barrier comes early. Pinky Soup able to take Silver Sam out, but the charm lands on John, and while Pyke and Galio are gone, Senna is taken in return, and Dripper is forced into a desperate situation as there's no hope. He's gone.
That really brought things to be even, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Now we're
with
just
each
6k
fight-
gold apart.
Yep. Which each fight, red team seems to be winning them later, and I think it's entirely because of the Senna damage. Look at Senna's farm. Even though she's not getting the kills, I think she's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, she is, and also there's so much concentration onto Firefly during that fight, where 3 members, Armani Salami, Zangi, PP Bandit, and John, all trying to get onto Firefly, and yet Dripper and Pinky Soup, so fragile and needing of their big boy brother tanks to protect them, don't have anyone.
Hilton mentioning Sona's healing being gross and disgusting.
It's true. All of the shields and heals coming out from Sona, not even needing to use her ult, it seemed, during that fight. Alright, here we go. There are supers approaching the red team's base, but it doesn't look like it's doing much good. It may be giving the experience lead that red team needed to get back in here, and gold lead. It's only 5.5 gold apart. 5.5k gold apart.
And there's only about 30 seconds left here on Baron as Silas resets. Can we
Wow.
see Blue's vision, please?
Yeah, let's take a look. So that's red. Here we go, blue vision.
Okay, so they do have pretty good sight on it.
Yeah, with just 13 seconds before the Baron comes up. Now, we got Pinky Soup looking for Armani Salami. Gets the hook onto him. This red buff will be very important, as it's that extra bit of healing and damage and slow that they might need to track down Smolder and Pyke. Here we go, the little bit of poke. Absolutely what's necessary. PP Bandit and Blazing
stacks
Bowman
are on?
not here, as Armani Salami is hooked into the river brush. Nothing comes of it.
If they're gonna fight, now's the time to do it. Tom Kench is nowhere near them.
Yeah, and we see John coming in, but he does have his ult, so he doesn't need to be exactly close. We're getting ready for the ARAM as Pinky Soup now looking for something.
So Tom Kench is now with them, and I don't believe they win a straight-up fight anymore.
Yeah, this is the ARAM of the century. Look, 5-on-5 just in the mid lane, preparing for this Baron take. They're willing to risk it all on both ends. Both teams are on soul points, waiting for potentially that 2.5 minutes.
And that Pyke Q, previously a threat, not so much anymore, as red team just kind of takes the Q and walks away.
Oh, Shark Attack able to be taken. Oh, but the Sona ult misses Dripper. And Shyvana, Zangi is coming in from the back. John's ult comes in, knocks 2 up. And who's going to be first down? Zangi is the first down as Silver Sam takes him. Then Tom Kench and Sona fall. Armani Salami Zanyas as PP Bandit is forced to fight against Firefly and Silver Sam. Not enough. Both damage dealers on both teams are up as Dripper gets Firefly and Pinky Soup is on top of Silver Sam, and it is over as the ace comes out. They've got the super there. Are they going to push it to the end? It looks like they want to. And this game is solidly in the hands of blue.
Firefly went in for just a little bit of poke and did not respect the Q that I was just saying was no longer feared.
Yeah, and we see that full stack, full item, 389 stacks of Dragon Practice on Smolder. That is just outrageous to try to defeat. It's very difficult to handle.
That was a good game. And your jungling was not terrible. Your jungling was great.
Who's? Oh, I see. There's someone in chat. Oh. Armani, that was really well done to get to the soul point, to get all of these plays where you're pushing them off of Baron. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
However,
you almost pulled through in the end, right? Like it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But once you're behind, it's just hard. It's just so hard to get caught up.
yeah. And still, there was so much catching up happening. I mean, looking at the damage at the end, there's so much coming out from Firefly and Silver Sam that obviously, if we looked at the healing, Sona would be up there as well, but Smolder is just so dangerous. See, Armani Salami saying, I was homeless. They're literally perma invading my jungle.
But you handled it so well.
It's true. All right. So, thank you so much, Brook.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Bruvki, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. I'll tell you what. Here's my proposition to you, Mike. We
Yes.
are quite delayed. And so, I'm going to join this lobby if it is not absolutely full and ready for people to go in Topaz. Then maybe we interview someone from that game. But I don't want to delay any longer. Oh,
Looks like
This is
nobody's
empty.
here, so is it the right one?
I think so. Oh no. What's that? Tournament draft. Oh, they moved lobbies. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. We do have Mift with the save, as Mift let me know which lobby to join at the end of the day. Okay.
And no problem. We love hosting.
Yeah. Thank you for watching and participating, Armani. That was really fun to watch. Some of those Galio ults that you and the Shyvana ults that you were putting out on the opposite team, they were really spectacular and fun to watch. But let me tell you who I want to talk to. Zangy.
I think Zangy. Okay.
Who do you want to talk to?
No, that's perfect. I think Zangy is a good choice. I think the Pike was also a very influential player, but I'm good with either.
Yeah, why don't we, Mike, I don't know if you need a little bit of a break, but in the interest of time, we might just interview and then go straight into the next game when it's ready.
Sold.
All right. Maybe if we have someone here for the interview, if you are here, Zangy, please join League Lobby 1. Mike, if you want to give him a message as well.
Yeah, I don't think I have Zangy.
Oh, they're taking a little while to get things together, so we do have a little bit of time.
Let's see if I can find Zangy.
We did the Hexgate for the meme, PP Bandit. It actually was very impressive to see all of you Hexgate over, except for you, John. I think John was a little bit maybe taken off guard with that Hexgate play, but it ended up being very impressive. That is making it into the highlight reel for sure.
We got Zangy.
What's up?
Hello, Zangy. Congratulations on that last match.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good. You know, it's getting a little late. Games lasting a long time, but we're having a lot of fun. Games
That's-
are definitely really competitive.
That's awesome. I mean, it really was almost clawed back by the enemy team there. So how are you
Yeah, it
feeling
was-
in the stressful moment where you had to say, all right, we have to end this soon?
You know, I definitely wanted to get it over soon, but we really had to take that Hexgate first, and
Yeah.
to see how that would go. But our goal kind of at the end there was just try to lock down the Senna, because she was just doing so much damage. I felt like no matter how much defensive stats I had, she was just chewing through me. And then she was just poking out Smolder. So the goal is really try to keep Smolder alive at all costs and try to just get on top of her. I even bought a Randuin's at the end to try to
Oh,
mitigate.
Wow.
what's
some
gonna do?
Well, I mean, I'd never seen Smolder Shyvana in the same lane before, but it was very beautiful to see. I even think maybe Shyvana is Smolder's mom when I saw you
That's what I
both
think.
pushing in the bot lane together.
We had a moment for sure.
Yeah.
We just
Oh.
need a Team Dragon for sure.
Yeah.
We just,
And go ahead,
we
Mike.
just needed an Aurelion Soul.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
game 3. You
yeah.
never know.
You never know. The Dragon Trifecta.
All right, and let's say, Zangi, you are offering an honor to someone on your team. Who is getting that honor from you? Or on the enemy team?
I want to give it to Soup, because he just had some crazy pike plays. But in game 1, he was Alistar, and every time we thought a fight was over, he would say something like, "Hold on, wait a second," and then he would like hex flash in under a tower and get us like 2 more kills.
Wow.
So he's just been making crazy good calls and just really knowing like his champion limitations and just doing crazy stuff. It's just been so fun to play with him. But everyone on my team has just been doing so well.
That's fantastic to hear. And I know you were the team captain this week, so I suppose it's a little bit of a praise to your drafting skills as well there.
Thank you. Yeah, I went with 4 supports.
Leadership.
Support fills really worked out for me
Wow.
so far. Yeah. Tried something a little crazy this week.
And it's working out. So
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
we'll let you go get on to your last game, so the games don't go too long. But
Thank you.
best of luck, and we'll see you in the highlight reel next week.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, with that said, that pike really was. Pinky Soup was throwing out so many great hooks that is like, what is the cooldown on that thing? I play pike and I still was like, wow, it's already back up. You have to be the most scared player in order to constantly be dealing with that.
And that sound is just terrifying, right?
The-
Whenever you hear the pike sound, it's just like, oh god, oh god, where's it coming from? And you don't even like. It's like a nocturnal, right? Like you're just
Yeah.
like, okay, who's affected?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
the
me?
W,
Is
the
it
pike
somebody else?
W. Yep.
Right, exactly.
I see
There you
John
go.
in chat saying J4 is the dad. Well, yes. I heard that. Someone said that. I heard that.
Why is J4 the dad? Is that
Oh, that's another lore thing, Mike. You gotta read the lore. We'll have a lore segment on stream. A quiz, maybe.
okay?
Shyvana, I don't know if you know this. Shyvana's a dragon. And so...
Okay.
But
Figured that
Shyvana is
one.
also a one of the king's council, close confidants. She gives her counsel in the king's chambers, if you catch my drift.
Okay.
Canonically, they are in a
Good
relationship secretly.
Well, it's not really a secret.
Same, and they're just lore dumping. Okay, we're being called out because we're not ready. Stream is what I'll say. And we are about to go into the third game.
We've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you. I don't know what
Yeah.
the problem is.
All right, so we're ready for the third game, which is going to be Topaz, which, as a reminder, is our Emerald, Diamond, and above league. And so we're ready to end the night with some really explosive gameplay. And I'm happy to say we've got Mift on mid, Colby Cakes on top, Reclats on support, Tiddlywink on ADC, Gay Grill in the jungle, and then we've got River Otter on support in the blue side, Dr. Fox PhD, I believe, top, past mid, no, MTP top. Dr. Fox PhD is the ADC, and Zelik is the... What did I leave? Top laner. No, jungle.
I think you're right. I think you're
It moved all very fast. Oh, but here we go. Let's go back into it. We've got the first bands in. LeBlanc,
They
and
didn't force us to talk about lore. We would have known.
it's true. We would have known. Shyvana is canonically Melisandre from Westeros. She's actually not from Westeros. She's from across the sea. She's the Red Lady. Oil, say hi.
There's oil.
You see him on
And we got
stream?
Quark. I'm afraid to touch Quark because he just settled down. But you've all seen him. He's right here.
Okay.
And if I touch
Oil,
him, he'll freak out.
I don't know if you can see Oil's tail go by me, but my cat loves to be in the bathtub, which is also the shower. And so if the shower is wet, Oil is wet, which I think he likes. He likes rolling around in there. But
Oil and water.
oil and water, they do mix. Yeah, that's a good one. So let's look at bans. Oh, there it is. Dr. Mundo ban once again, in addition to Volibear, Urgot, and Amumu and Mbessa coming out, besides the LeBlanc already. And let's see. I think in Topaz, this is where we're going to see some more of those duo picks coming out that are so necessary and so strategic to make sure that they don't get what they need, or that the enemy doesn't get what they need if they present one side of it.
I feel like Mundo is now a meme ban.
You think
Just
they're
because
doing
we
it
call
just
attention.
because of us?
Just because we're calling. I feel as though what's the
Done.
the act of testing something changes the outcome of the test. What's the it's not Occam's razor, it's the other one. But the I feel like that's what's happening here. We called attention to it and now it's a thing.
Yeah.
And this is Quark.
Oh, hello, Quark. He's so white. He was blending in with your shirt for a second. Oh, he's like,
He's flame point. So he's got like little tiny orange. He looks like a little burnt piece of toast. Like
yeah. It doesn't show up as much on in photos.
Yeah, I'll have to put him next to Mythos.
Yeah, for sure. Then it'll show up. All right, so we do have Tarek and Lux already picked on the red team. Maybe potentially Tiddlywink APC? Is that Tiddly on Lux in the bot lane? I know Tiddly would never admit it, but Tiddly does like to play APCs rather than ADCs. And then we've got Misfortune coming out to join Thresh in the bot lane on the blue side.
That would be a pretty mean bot lane. Tarek, Lux. Root stun, root stun, root stun. And oh, by the way, I've healed you a couple of times and stunned you again.
Yeah, it's like the only thing Tarek needs is to be on top of the enemy champion so he can auto attack and land his E. And Lux is, all she needs to do is put her E on the ground, not even detonate it to let Tarek get that space.
Which pretty much, as long as he has mana, he can cast a spell again.
Yeah,
Just while he's doing damage.
yeah. I see Quaib saying,
Whack, whack.
nah, Mundo hate been going on for seasons. Well, I suppose it's not going to be ending anytime soon, but we are calling attention to just how hated that man is.
It
We've got-
a wanted poster.
Yeah, the most wanted poster. All right, Teemo versus Darius, potentially a top lane matchup there, as I'm not sure if I'd want to play Darius into that, but hey, if it's a skill matchup, you know Topaz is going to be testing the boundaries of it.
Could be Darius jungle? Question mark?
Oh, wow. I don't know if we're going to get any of those outrageous, like, otter
I doubt
picks here.
I doubt it too, but Darius into Teemo is just so... Well, I guess it could be Teemo jungle.
Oh, could be Teemo Jungle too, yeah. And here we have the first two bans coming out in the second phase as Anivia and Yorick.
Banning Yorick, assuming...
That is
well, I
interesting.
guess-
Maybe they are thinking it's Darius Jungle coming out here.
Well, that or maybe they're thinking it's going to be Yorick jungle? I don't know.
And then see some more mid lane bans being pondered by the red team here, as Xerath and Anivia are both taken away from Pest. MTP. I mean, I know we saw MTP on Mundo last week. That's maybe part of the reason why we are not seeing him this week.
No longer an option.
Yeah. Even into Gnar, who you'd think would be a little bit of a tank killer. I remember some of those plays from the highlights.
Gunnar.
Yeah. Nothing to be done against him, as now Tahm Kench comes out as the top lane choice for red side. So maybe it
So
is Darius Jungle. Yeah, you're right.
I usually am. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we've got Nafiri coming out for the mid lane choice, and then a quick Gwen choice from MTP, as no matter who it is up top, whether it's Darius or Tahm Kench, Gwen is interested in being there. Alright, Afraid of the Dork, love from A-Town. I hope that's Andersonville. I'm also sharing love from A-Town, if that is the case. Yeah. Aville, A-Town. I've heard those be said.
Avil.
All right, and then Tristana. Oh, Atlanta. We love Atlanta.
Close. Close.
We're only
They're neighbors.
1,400 miles away. No, that can't be right. 1,000 miles away.
I think-
Darius. What's that?
I think. I know. I know. Well, I guess that's Tampa Bay. From Ohio to Tampa Bay is like 1,100 miles.
Hmm.
So I mean, I've got the power of the internet right here. I don't know why I'm not.
Oh, you can't look it. Just kidding. You can look it up. But you know the type of person who says, "Don't look it up." It's like, okay, well, what are we supposed to do? Just sit in the dark here? I'm trying to look up if Darius is in the jungle or not. But here we go. It's looking like it will be a Teemo jungle or Neferi jungle. I'm so confused actually at this, but I'm really excited. In 2 minutes and 50 seconds, we are going to see where these lane assignments are.
725 miles.
725. Okay. Not bad. Only off by about half. Okay. Let's take a look again at the most wanted list here. As we see Topaz most picked, Ahri. We don't see Ahri anywhere here. Must not be that of interest to these champions, although I know Pest is an Ahri player. Oh, I just realized also Tiddly is on Tristana, and we've got Lux in the mid lane against Neferi. That's going to be the danger zone.
Well, Tristana Lux. I'm sorry. Tristana Taric is also a dangerous combination, right? So
Yes. Being able to
that's,
W in and have the stun instantly on your body is going to be great for Tristana to get onto Misfortune. But Thresh,
But they've.
kind of a great
Yep.
Tristana counter.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Thresh, you just fillet him away, and then, oh, by the way, Misfortune ult to the face.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, and stay still.
Right?
And sit down.
Right.
Okay, no
Exactly.
insights to be gleaned from this most wanted poster. As we see, Mundo was banned, and we're not seeing Sion or Ahri here, whether in the bans or the
Well-
picks.
Right. Maybe they're changing for the better.
Yeah, I mean, what I could do, let's take a look at the Topaz most picked and most banned. You know who else is up there in the bans? Is Thresh. Second most banned champion is Thresh. And I think a lot to do with River Otter. Because
If I
it's only been picked
Yeah.
twice up until this week. 100% win rate.
Yeah, there was a pretty nasty Thresh game last week, right? Like,
Yeah, and that was River Otter.
yeah. Yeah. And we're saying Thundercats.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. The Thundercats is River Otter. One in the same. His name is Thunder. Oh, it's not exactly Thundercats, but yes, I am also sat for this. Is it possible that the other Topaz games are already done, and that we've so delayed the outcomes of the games that
I
we're
think-
watching?
I think that is true. I was just thinking because the stream's already been going for 3 hours, and usually this is about the time the night ends. So I think we may have had that effect on people.
Yeah,
Although
long
I blame
games.
Voltron.
I blame Tiltery too, but besides blaming, which I'm not actually blaming Tiltery, thank you
Yeah, I'm not
for
actually
your
blaming-
patience.
I'm not actually.
Yeah.
not actually blaming.
But it seemed like this game was waiting either way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were waiting on them, and that's why we were talking about lore.
Which I know a lot of League of Legends lore for some reason. I mean, I read the comics when they're on there, so
This is
Alright.
this is Harvey Dent.
Harvey. He looks like oil too. Oh wait, no, he has a white face. Is that the white nose?
Yeah, he's got a little white face. Harvey Dent, if you get the reference.
Is Two-Face?
Yes.
Huh. I know something about
All-
DC. All right.
All my cats are named after fictional characters. They have Mythos, Quark, and Harvey.
All right, and we are here at the beginning of the third match, final match of the night of Topaz, as we've got Colby Cakes, Gay Grill, Mift, Lux, and
they're doing
Reklats.
laps in-
I
laps in the
see it was Tiddlywink on the ADC Lux. And then we've got MTP on Gwen, Zelik on Teemo, Pest on Nefiri, Dr. Fox on Misfortune, and River Otter on Thresh. So now, ooh, got a little bit of vitriol coming out from Mift against the Nefiri dogs.
Yeah, it is Teemo jungle.
Yeah, and with that Teemo jungle coming out, who knows what's going to happen? Both in the bot lane, just respecting each other, staying a healthy distance away.
TK getting that deep red ward on blue.
Yeah, and it just seems to be pretty normal, standard fare for the beginning of this game, as, River Otter potentially looking for something here as he is able to push out Tiddlywink and Reklats. All right, and a little bit of poke from Dr. Fox, PhD.
We've got some polite jungling going on here, right? Each jungler allowed to do.
Oh, here we go. The level 2 comes out from River Otter and Dr. Fox, PhD. The flash onto Reklats and the Q. The exhaust comes onto Dr. Fox, but it is potentially going to still take. Reklats
saved by a
makes.
potion.
Yeah, makes it out with just a sliver of HP. And the level up looks like he's ready to go back in. River Otter looking for a reprise as Tiddlywink is flayed and then Q'd, and River Otter takes the first blood as Reklats is now sent running, and this is a gigantic wave set to crash into the bot turret.
Definitely going to be a plate at the least.
All right, and we've got Lux TPing back in, not in time to get the cannon experience, but Gay Grill on Darius is here. There's no vision on Gay Grill, and so Dr. Fox and River Otter are caught unawares. Oh, the Q comes out from River Otter as Dr. Fox dodges Reklats E. Lux and Reklats forced into a position where Reklats needs to take the kill on Dr. Fox. River Otter now running for his life as it is going to be an easy kill for Gay Grill. A beautiful gank.
Yes. Beautiful gank. Beautiful dunk.
Yeah,
And,
more dunks from Darius is what we're hoping to see in this game.
Ward's OP.
It's true. And, 2 minutes and 30 seconds is the classic Ward timer. And unfortunately, River Otter and Dr. Fox were too busy pushing up into the lane to get that. All right. We're going to see some pretty normal responses now that 3 out of 4 sums have been used in the bot lane. Oh, here we go. Zelik coming in for a gank onto Colby Cakes from behind. And similarly, no wards. Oh, but it looks like Colby Cakes is just going to be able to walk out of here.
And gets a Dark Harvey stack off of Teemo, as Teemo was just loitering in top lane.
Yeah, it's true. And yet, top lane, still that gank has done a lot of work. Lux, Tiddlywink being hit by the River Otter's Q on Thresh, as Reklats now only able to push away Thresh as Tiddly gets a little bit more damage. Okay, River Otter able to secure such great control. And this is now time for gank number 2 as Zelik forces Colby Cakes away from this wave that is now frozen there. River Otter managing to get Reklats into a position where Dr. Fox can do a lot of damage. Oh, and now the stun on top of stun. Reklats is ignited. Dr. Fox going for him, and that is a kill for Dr. Fox PhD. Oh.
Tying up the game.
Oh my god, beautiful. Taking the Q from River Otter to avoid that Lux E.
That was a
Yeah,
crazy
very
turn of
close.
events. Yeah.
Okay, we're seeing the effects of that freeze that Zelik helped MTP out with, where Colby Cakes is now less than half of MTP's CS at 5 minutes. All right. And now with the dragon up, it is just 2.5 minutes about until the first grubs spawn, but neither jungler looks to be ready for objectives, as we see Rek'Lats heading up towards mid as Mift is TPing in there. This is a potential gank coming in. But Pest, maybe the alarm bell's sounding as thinks it's too simple for me to just push up into this lane.
Yeah, that was a third eye move right there.
Yeah, good intuition, as Zealot is now here to help Pest get back into his lane. Oh, here we go. Lux, Tiddlywink catches River Otter out. Rek'Lats also, but the Q lands onto Lux now, as River Otter is in deep, but... And it is enough as Lux gets the kill onto River Otter. Dr. Fox PhD flashes forward, is exhausted, but still manages to get the kill onto Tiddlywink. Alright, and meanwhile in the mid lane, very low, Mift now forced all the way under his turret as Pest is being chased away by Mift's ally, Gay Grill, into potentially the arms of Teemo. And now Mift forced to cover for Gay Grill as Zelik and Dr. Fox PhD are here to potentially catch this wave for Pest. Pest makes it back safely.
The amount of low health champions right now.
Yeah, if there were a Warwick in this game, he'd be moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
That's right.
Okay, but it's been action-packed so far, as there's still less deaths than there are minutes in the game, but that doesn't mean it's not been high octane. Just a minute until the grubs are here, and it looks like the junglers are in prime position to begin pathing towards their objective of choice.
Will it be a handshake? Will it just be winner take all?
Yeah, I mean, there's not enough prio on both sides of the map for it to really be a handshake, as Colby Cakes and Gay Grill looking to get the prio up on top, potentially to secure these grubs. Zelik seeing the danger here, and Pest sensing that there must be Gay Grill up here. She is now in a position where she doesn't maybe want to be next to all three of these, but is lying in wait. All right. So much calculating and dancing happening here as River Otter is now looking for some vision control, gets hit by the Lux Snare, the Lux E, but the Taric E misses, and so there's nothing left to do there. Gay Grill gets the jump on the grubs, securing the first one.
I don't think Teemo's even all the wiser.
Yep.
Yep.
Not
I
sure.
have no idea. He's going in to do it himself.
Teemo
but
gets
little
in,
does
but
he know
only
that-
just as the last one is taken.
But he does secure the kill on Darius.
And here we got
Tom
MTP
Kent
fighting with
beats
Colby Cakes.
Gwen saying, no thank you, TK. I would like to eat you instead. And takes him down for the kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Gwen, is that percentage health damage is just always going to get one over on the tanks, the HP tanks especially.
And you don't get much AP tankier than Tom Kench.
It's true. Maybe Mundo.
Mundo or Cho'Gath.
Yeah, and delayed handshake potentially, as Zelik is now looking for this dragon. Mift, oh, Rocket jumps away, but Pest secures the kill with the ignite before that happens.
Well, it's a little more than a handshake at this one, because they got a couple kills off of that and the dragon.
It's true. And now they're in prime position to force Mift with no TP off of their wave.
Still averaging about a kill a minute.
Yeah, now it's even more. So we are looking at the CS differences, and we've got Tom Kench down, Darius a bit down, Mift only a little bit down, and I mean that translates as we got a little bit of a gold deficit forming for blue team to be in favor of. Oh, the lantern comes down, but Dr. Fox will be able to make it before Gay Grill gets into their lane. Beautifully done.
Yeah, Darius was already starting his recall there. I don't think he expected that stun to land.
All right, Pest coming in with the ult onto Mift. Mift is able to rocket jump buffer it away as now Pest is forced with a bunch of CS under their turret. So much wave clear as Mift is now looking to fight. Lands the E onto Pest. Pest uses W to get some intangibility as Mift is now down in HP in this scuffle, but still the range. Pest looking for that final assassination. River Otter here, potentially waiting in the wings, as now in the top lane, MTP is surrounded by Gabriel and Colby Cakes, using the W to make sure that Gabriel can't get inside. Tahm Kench puts MTP just briefly inside the turret, not enough for a turret shot. Gabriel lands the Q onto MTP, and it's like that fight is over. And meanwhile in the mid lane, Mift did survive with a sliver of HP. Zelik waiting. And that's an assassination.
Loitering.
Loitering in the jungle. Zelik will not be caught today. Alright, there's Pest going for Mifts and manages to make it out safely with their intangibility.
Eric coming in on Nefiri. Nefiri trying to run away.
Not too much danger there from just a solo Tarek.
Yeah, well,
As now, ooh, River Otter narrowly misses a Q onto Tiddlywinks Lux. Flay comes out and Tiddly. Lux is still able to go. Lands the Q, then the ER, as Rek'Lats is now chasing after Dr. Fox. Oh, the ult comes out from Misfortune, and the ult comes out from Tarek as the ult lands and Misfortune goes down as 4 members of the red team are here to finish off River Otter as well. And that is exactly what they needed.
There's nothing like a well-timed ult from Tarek.
Yeah, absolutely. The exact thing that was necessary to save them. The right amount of Qs or Ws that gave him the HP he needed, and potentially that locket is what saved him. So now Zelik is onto and behind Lux. Pest here for the extra bit. Oh, looks like Zelik is gonna be saving Lux for Pest, but it is not so. Gabriel and Rek'Lats coming in behind, ready for their first fight with Pest, but Pest, so much damage coming out, and Zelik as well.
Teemo's really pumping out the damage.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we had the icons for first items, because Teemo's already got 1.5 items. Nefiri, almost 1.5 items. Tristana, unfortunately, Darius, Tahm Kench, not yet at that point. So in spite of the gold lead being slightly made up so far, it's just not effective on their champions yet.
Right.
Pest waiting here for Colby Cakes to make a wrong move. River Otter as well, but Gay Grill is launching themselves down the lane, and Colby Cakes will fall to the River Otter Q. And Pest's follow-up damage.
Gay Grill running away from Thresh. Thresh hot on his heels.
Yeah. We've got Mift running into a Teemo Shroom, so revealed, as Pest is now forcing Gay Grill off of their chickens, at least only to get the big one. Mift now in a tough spot as River Otter. Ooh, the Flay misses and Mift gets away. All right, we see the going ping coming out as once again Gay Grill and Pest meet in the jungle. Gay Grill quickly falls as Pest has Ignite and a full item advantage. Lantern coming out as Pest now has another charge of their ultimate to potentially use onto Mift. Mift flies over, but is just in range of Zelik's auto attacks and falls as well. This is a clear opening for the second Drake, the Chemtech Drake, to go towards blue team.
Which gives them their second Drake and 13-5, giving them a 7,000 gold lead.
Yeah, we've got an attempt on the hook there from River Otter. It looked promising, but Tiddlywink and Rek'Lats able to make it out in time. All right. There we've got it. It's about an 8,000 gold lead for the blue team so far.
And 2 drags.
And 2 drags. It's scary to think, but just the grubs separate the objective difference between the 2 teams. As now the Rift Herald is up, and it looks like we've got junglers forced to make a tough decision, as Gay Grill now needs to give up her bot side in order to be here for the Rift Heralds. As it looks like they're going to meet in the mid lane, where Pest is unaware that Gay Grills is here, uses their W, but is not able to... Oh, immediate amount of damage coming out onto both Gay Grill Darius and Mift Tristana. The burst on both of these champions.
Yeah, that was a deletion of Darius and Tristana.
Yeah, wild stuff. As it seems the game has maybe already gotten a bit out of hands for the ADC and Bruiser building lethality on the red side.
Probably going to be mid-turret here, unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, it looks like we are seeing... Ooh, the Taric ult comes out as the River Otter Thresh's Q comes out onto Rek'Lats as well. The Rift Herald is dropped mid. The mid turret is already gone, but now it looks like it's going to be just that much more damage. As now in the bot lane, River Otter is going for a play. Pest, exhausted, makes it out as MTP is now also here. The MF ult, MTP's ult, and Gay Grill is the only one left standing out of 3. As it's now 5 people in the bot lane. Gay Grill being chased by Zealot and falls to one Teemo Dart. A 5-man bot play. Wow.
Tristana might be able to get mid-turret out of this.
Yeah, we're seeing the plates fall. And it doesn't look like Naafiri is there in time, but Naafiri has ult, potentially ready to go in. There's the ult from Naafiri, and Mift willing to give up their life for the turret.
Give me the turret or give me death.
Give me both. Give me the turret and give me death. All right. Seeing a little bit of a confidence is what I'll call it from River Otter, backing right in front of Tiddlywink, as we've got Pest and Gay Grill coming up on Gay Grill as Colby Cakes and MTP are trying to fight MTP before Pest gets in here. Gay Grill falls almost instantly when Pest arrives. Scary, this Naafiri. Naafiri is a champion I would be banning most of the games, but right, the question is who plays Naafiri or knows how to play that champion.
Right.
Right, Mift here lying in wait as Rek'Lats is also here but does not manage to land the stun on Naafiri. Rek'Lats falls to Naafiri's ignite, and now just Mift is there to deal with Pest as MTP also killed Tahm Kench. The Flay comes out and Mift is unable to get away. River Otter secures the kill. Wow. This has now entered 13,000 gold difference at just 18.5 minutes. Topaz does it differently.
Yeah, as they secure top turret and possibly mid.
Yeah, I mean, it's really dangerous to give up a gold snowball lead, as this mid turret is going to fall soon. Tiddlywink knows they need to be under their next turret. Ooh.
Ooh, Lux tries to snipe 2 kills and narrowly misses.
Yeah. I mean, the CS differences, only in the jungle and top lane are they really that high, about 80 to 100 CS difference in either of those roles. But still, it's about those 2 dragons. MTP looking for Mift here, as Mift is able to ult Gwen away. Now seeing Rek'Lats coming, but Pest is lying in wait. Rek'Lats tries the E, but Pest is always holding their W, the intangibility. The ult comes out, and Rek'Lats manages to get the ult on themselves as Pest falls in response. As now MTP is forced into a dangerous situation, as they manage to get the kill onto Mift before dying themselves. Zelix chasing down Tiddlywink gets the kill with their dart. Now with 2 for 2. That's good for red.
Fine. Yeah. Darius deciding, you know what, you can have that turret. Runs away as blue team just wails on this inner bot turret.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the top lane, we're seeing the first few plates being taken by Colby Cakes as they are now clawing their way back up into the game. They do have TP on their top quest, but it looks like Zelik, along with eventually River Otter and Dr. Fox, are going to be able to secure this Soul Point Drake. We got 2 TPs coming in onto this ward. Got first Miffed, and then we see Tiddlywinks and Colby Keiko is 3 as the ults come out, and first falls Thresh, then Dr. Fox in response as blue team is caught off guard and uncoordinated. The 3 TP play. What do you think of that one, Mike?
I think that was a pretty good play on red team's part, but Teemo just stuck to it, got the drag, and that gave them Soul Point.
Yeah. It is scary now that it is Soul Point, especially given that it's the Ocean Soul. I mean, they're gonna have to work really hard to burst down Gwen. Here we have Colby Cakes coming in with a W onto Pest. Manages to take the red buff for their jungler as Pest is now swallowed by Tahm Kench. Forced to be on the wrong side. The Ignite comes out and the Gwen does not get stunned or ulted, but gets rooted eventually by Tiddlywink. Gabriel in danger from Zelix as MTP is now fighting almost 1v3. Zelik is only just far behind as they keep regaining all of their HP. Zelik finally gets River Otter and Dr. Fox in response and on the back of them, and River Otter flashes forward to get this. Oh my goodness. Rek'Lats just gets away with that stun.
Tristana doing a little sneaky bot lane.
Yeah, we see Tristana Miffed continuing to push down bot, continuing to get more plates before time is up in this game. They're trying to get their 3rd item finished so they can finally start doing some damage to these champions. But here we have 2.5 to 3 items on each of these champions as this 3v2 might be ready. Gabriel manages to get Dr. Fox with their E, and then Dr. Fox, in danger. River Otter successfully disengaging, continuing to play, getting the ult out to stop Gabriel's movement, and Rek'Lats now in a bad position as it's now the opposite. Zelik and MTP make it to the fight and get the kill on Rek'Lats. As in the bot lane, Pest also killed Miffed.
She's been so lucky on those ult timings. There's so many times where I think he's gonna be dead.
Yeah, and even that time, because there was no follow-up necessarily available, I mean, we see what happens when Taric is alone. Just to support.
May take a while, but he'll die.
Yeah, and once that inhibitor falls, we see red team gets the confidence and coordination to start chasing, but unfortunately no connection on the Lux Q. As blue team is now looking towards the Baron. With Miffed still down for a few seconds, they might be able to set something up here, but it looks like they might be wanting to set up a bush cheese or a false start on the Baron instead. Nope, it looks like they are going for it. See, me in this position, I'm saying when they get here, we turn. As Pest, we can see Pest on the opposite side, getting on Gabriel immediately, not targeting the Baron. Misfortune turns off the Baron to ult, as River Otter is continuing to tank it, losing a lot of resistances as Lux is now here, ready with the QE, but it is not enough, no connection. Teemo secures the Baron, and red team backs off.
Just didn't have enough their team there. Red didn't.
Yeah, it's true.
But they had other things to do. They needed to be defending, etc.
Yeah, with only 4 turrets left on the red side of the map, it is dangerous for them to completely leave their zone. And now it's time to set up the Drake with just a minute up until potentially Soul for the blue team. All right, we see River Otter is doing a fantastic job of being in the vanguard, really, to ward and see who is where. As let's take a look at the different visions. River Otter managed to stay just out of sight as Pest takes Lux. And Rek'Lats and Colby Cakes and Gay Grill are in the wrong position as they're surrounded by 5. The Taric ult comes out, and Zelik looks to be in a little bit of danger, but now MTP and Pest are able to do as much damage as possible. Thresh falls, but not before quite a few members of the red team fall as well. Pest makes it out as Mift struggles to finish off Pest or Zelik. Now that's a 5 for 1. With super minions in the base, it looks like Dr. Fox is willing to leave the dragon as well as everyone else, except for Zelik, as they think they might be able to end the game, it looks like. Yeah, Dr. Fox
Who would've thought
pathing
they've got
just
super-
towards this.
They've got
And that
supers
is-
at the base.
Yeah, one Nexus turret gone. They've still got the Baron buff going, so those supers are going to be inheriting that Baron buff. The second Nexus turret will fall, but no Zelik means that the Ocean Soul is now taken, and maybe this is a fight as we see Gabriel continuing to chase down with Relic, and MTP is stunned, then rooted, and the Lux ult comes out, and that's enough for Dr. Fox to kill Lux, but also for Lux to have killed Gwen. And with that,
One
3
down, two down,
deaths.
three down, and they're just at their nexus, bending their little hearts off.
Yeah, Colby Cakes and Miff not able to push these champions away as Dr. Fox secures the kill onto Tom Kench. Miff now willing to give it up, and it is GG. And so MTP, Zelik, Pest, Dr. Fox, PhD, and River Otter take the last win. Okay. That was our last game of the night.
That was a good
And
game.
let's see.
I gotta be honest with you. I thought the Teemo was gonna do the most damage, but it was in fact
The Nefiri.
Fury.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Nefiri puts out so much damage, and Pest really was a monster controlling that the entire game. Maybe we can get Pest in here, but you know, the game has ended and it is the end of the night, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's really time for us to go and pack it up.
Yeah, we can see if Pest is around. If not, we can call it a night and come back next week.
Yeah,
for
absolutely. Maybe
week-
we will
for
have
week
Pest
4.
Oop. Week 4. Yeah, week 4 guest, Pest. Hi, Pest. Welcome. Do you want to join League Lobby 1 so you can join us on stream? Hopefully that's not too much of a delay, and we'll be able to get Pest on stream to talk about their fantastic performance as Nefiri. Okay. Besides that, maybe we'll start seeing a new ban come across. I mean, were you scared of Nefiri before watching this game, Mike?
Yeah, but I'm a Zillion main, so I love playing against Nefiris because I just throw my bombs on her dogs and laugh at their tears.
Yeah, and hopefully they're not using the intangibility at that moment. Well,
That's true.
welcome
That's
to the
fair.
stream, Pest. Thank you for joining us and congratulations on that win.
Hey, thank you.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It was a good game 3.
Good,
So we take
good.
those.
We take those, absolutely. So, how do you feel as Nefiri with your control of the map? Do you feel like you were running this game, or did it feel like you were just in the zone, or what was the feeling throughout?
It hit a point at about 15 minutes where I just said to give up on laning, and then I just kind of walked to whatever fight happened,
Yeah.
and then just kind of pressed my buttons on it. There was
Yeah.
definitely a point in time where I just became the lobby admin and just kind of walked around to whatever fight I could take.
Yeah.
Pressing the delete key on champions.
I enjoy pressing my ult, yes.
Yeah, twice if you get the kill, right?
It's great.
Okay, so I won't keep you for too long. What I really want to ask is if you want to end the night with a shout out to either a member of your team or a member of the enemy team.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to River Otter. The
Yeah.
whole of the 3-game block we played today, you know, it was really good playing with them. Good plays, good moves on the map, good communication the entire time. So
Yeah,
definitely shout
I
out
mean,
to River Otter.
I
He
could
was
see the
making amazing
pings.
cues.
Yeah, amazing hooks, and I could see the pings also, and we could see them on stream as so many were coming out of like going here, going, and then the play just happens because it seemed like River Otter had planned it all in advance.
Yep, set him up and knock him down.
Oh yeah, River Otter's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for joining us. We will let you go since we know it's the end of the night and this has been a late league night. But thank you so much for joining us and good luck next week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. See you guys.
See it. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that is it. Thank you all in chat for joining us for this week 3 of season 2 CMSA League of Legends leagues. We've got Pearl, Ruby, and Topaz. You can join as a substitute, or potentially, we have many open spots now in Topaz that constantly open. And so if you are Emerald or above in any lane, any role, please join the Discord. It'll be in the link down in Twitch, or you could just sign up at cmsaesports.com, as well as for any of the other leagues we have. Mike, have you played in any of the other leagues for CMSA?
I have not. I should. There was the climber game that
Peak.
Lad is always trying. Peak. Yeah. I've been meaning to play the Peak game, but it's just not on a night that I can normally do it. But we have Overwatch,
Marvel Rivals,
Marvel Rivals, the murder game,
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
This is
Thank you.
it's like charades.
Yeah, so I'll try that one out too. Is this the sign for murder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's join. We're a good group of people, and would love to see you.
Yeah, and with that, we will be signing off, and we will catch you next week, Tuesday nights, 7 Central. Stream starts a little earlier than 7 Central, just a little bit. But we'll see you when the highlight reel starts playing for week 3 on week 4.